really young, and you can't be, I don't know. Personally, for me, I think at an age like that, you shouldn't be expected to take care of an entire family. But let's talk about the matchup, the ultimate jungler battle, the GOAT versus the One.
Wow, this is what Kyrie's called now, apparently.
One.
Formerly the future, but now we're living in the present, and he has evolved so much. This kid is making waves internationally, but the GOAT, of course, he literally needs one last trophy, and this is the MSC trophy. That's the only one to complete, you know, the cabinet.
Pero may tawag sa kanilang dalawa eh, dati.
Okay.
Ang tawag sa kanilang dalawa, sino ba ang totoong child prodigy?
Oh! Dilar remembers a time wherein both Carl, Dizzy, and Kyrie, the question was, who was the true child prodigy? So this is full circle, gentlemen.
Exactly.
This is full circle. And as well, there is a rivalry in mid. It's between Gilak Sans and the mid lane prodigy, Sanji, one half of Sansan.
Yeah. This is gonna be a good match. Battle of the good mage and positioning. Their position very good.
What do you think Sanji and Sans, well, you know, you can pick one to elaborate on. Which one and what you think makes them unique in the battlefield? Because we've heard from a lot of pro players as well, like who would say that Sanji, he plays it differently, but we don't know how he plays it differently.
I think I'm going to side of Sans.
Okay.
Sans. Because he can carry the team and his performance very consistent. And what every hero he play, still consistent.
A consistent anchor every single time. I've tweeted, I personally like that Sansan duo, but you know, noticing how Sans has been just the bar that people can't seem to get past sometimes when you're facing up against Onic, and especially when we start looking down into the nitty-gritty. Wolf, I'm gonna let you do your thing.
I'm sorry, man, but Trevor, I'm so proud that he is now being highlighted. This is the first time that somebody put a spotlight on Trevor. Me and Dilar worked with this guy. Very, I'd say funny kind of guy, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, but when it comes to the way that he approaches the game, he's the reason why they draft so quickly. Because Trevor, he's so experienced when it comes to playing. He played for a team in MPLPH in Season 6, then never stopped playing. Even as a coach, he's played on a high level of ELO in-game. That's why he knows the game so much. And all he needs is someone to kind of steer them in the direction, like somebody who can be a lifestyle coach. That's why Tic Tac and Trevor connection, it works so much.
It's that TT duo.
Exactly.
The T duo. I love
It's true.
it. No, it is true, and I absolutely love it. But talk us through your times with specifically Coach Yeb.
Well, I'll
Coach
talk
Yeb.
about Coach Yeb. You know, I call him in Indo because he has Coach literally in his name. It's not just Coach Yeb, it's Coach Yeb. Game win rate 100%. And man, I think even Mo Zayn was very vocal about talking about how this man drafts, how this Raja Langit, the Sky King, drafts for his team, how he facilitates, and the way he respects his opponents as well. With Adi, used to be, you think, you know, no respect bans, but Yeb and Adi, this good mix of both respect and proper game knowledge has really been able to, I would say, form Onic to this crazy team that you're seeing right now.
Can I speak Tagalog?
Yes.
Yeah. I think sobrang galing mag-analyst ni Coach Adi. Tapos bagay na bagay sila ni Coach Yeb. Kasi sobrang unpredictable kasi yung mga drop ni Coach Yeb eh. Lalo na yung mga players niya, sobrang daming hero, sobrang dali mag-drop. Kaya hindi mo talaga ma-expect kung ano ipipick nila. Katulad ng mga Masha ni Boots, yung mga ganon.
Dilar loves Adi as an analyst. He's a great mind, and he's a perfect match for Coach Yeb. Coach Yeb likes to stretch the diversity of the metagame. He likes to let his players explore, because again, from all roles, Onic is skilled. There's so much diversity there, especially when you're looking at heroes like Masha with boots.
Masha with boot. Again, just picks that you don't expect, or as you've mentioned perfectly, expand what the meta is supposed to contain within. I want to get some personal experiences from Dilar here. I mean, you've worked with pretty much everybody here, and more importantly, you've had that one-on-one with Coach Yeb. How has he helped you specifically kind of move in the direction to where you are now?
Sa totoo lang, nung dating nakasama ko si Coach Yeb, wala akong nararamdaman na kahit anong pressure eh. Parang maglalaro lang ako, ibibigay ko lang yung best ko, gagawin ko lang yung trabaho ko. Kung ano yung matutulong ko sa team, yun lang yung gagawin ko.
When I worked... So that?
Yeah.
Go.
That's all.
Oh, when I worked with Coach Yeb, I felt no pressure at all. Coming to work every day, I just needed to do what I needed to do, give my best, and that's all that mattered.
Yeah. And I remember this. I remember this at M3 Grand Finals. It was up against Blacklist International 3-0. You guys were down 3-0. I met you guys backstage and I asked Yeb and you, how are you guys feeling? Yeb was chill. He was like, nah, what are you talking about? It's all good, man. We got 4 more games to play.
Yes, we don't have pressure on that time. Just play and trust each other.
It's always Onic time.
Always Onic. It always has been Onic time.
It's never off their clock. It's never off their clock. Let's look at the player head-to-head here. We were talking about Sanjin as well as Sans earlier, and I think, all the points that you mentioned just now, the consistency, the damage shell, literally almost 1-to-1 with only a 0.5% difference.
The storyline is just so good between these two teams because it was actually Sans who was one of the prodigies as well from Indonesia, and now Sanji, just about maybe a year into the spotlight when it comes to professional play, now he's also showing how much of a prodigy he is. It's just that Sans was a little bit earlier and he played the jungle, but technically speaking, these two players are so how to say this? They're both generational talents.
Generational talents?
100% sure about that.
Bloodline is strong. Everybody's leaning towards Echo, but Mirko, what is your prediction?
I gave them my prediction. Last time they said they put an X, now they put a big ol' check. I don't know. I'm not going to say it because I think production just doesn't want me. Moonton just doesn't want me to say my prediction.
I think this just counts as them saying, yeah, we received your prediction.
It's like, we got it, but no.
I'm looking around, I'm looking at the production, I'm seeing Filipinos and Indonesians in the production just showing me the same thing. Thumbs up being, yes, that is correct. With that being our predictions here, there is going to be, again, these are the world champions. They hold a standard that nobody else currently right now is being able to challenge them. And we're hoping that Onic is going to be the one that does so. We've talked about the two sidelines in terms of consistency, right? But we haven't even talked about what even happens if Kyrie gets targeted this time around.
Well, they have deep pockets when it comes to... They have a deep bag of tricks. That's what I wanted to say. I think that targeting a specific hero here is not the way to go. I think they really have to look at compositions.
I think I can answer that. If they want to punish Kyrie, Kyrie always have a teammate. Even I play Kemarin, right? Yesterday I played with, and I want to kill Kyrie, but it's hard to kill Kyrie because of his teammate.
But you kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Olivenos.
They really know how to protect Kyrie.
Gotcha. So every hole is going to be closed here. Let's jump into the draft, and we're already seeing right off the bat, they are so quick. We got the Arlet, we've already got the Give, we've already got the Kajita, Toy, Yutong, and as well as Wanwan. I mean, it's so quick. It's so quick. How do you keep up with this? Echo instantly taking up Call TC's signature inside that Lancelot and Dalar. What can you say about this?
They already know each other.
Yeah. They're so prepared. They've done their homework.
They've done more than their homework. They've done extra credit on each other, right?
It just makes sense, right? From this particular position, Wolf, you were talking about overall team compositions, right? Which direction right now?
Okay, definitely for Pickoff for the side of Echo. Well, on the side of Onic, they want to... Maybe Valentina. Oh, there you go. The Valentina. Very important for them to take. And so far, they haven't revealed anything yet. Maybe surely you have the glue. I doubt, though. Onic, sometimes they kind of flex that. So we don't know yet.
I think they're gonna pick Faramis.
Faramis instantly to try and counter out that glue. That could be a potential possibility. Valentina is still up, so you can at least take the, call Altar for yourself to play a little bit more defensively. But every time when we look at that first pick, they always got to pose those questions. What questions are we looking to see here from Echo? And they answer us straight away.
Barca
instead.
Instead of Faramis.
Yeah, no Faramis up against the glue. I would have expected the same thing up against the glue. Very good, but it almost seems like it was too good to be true. It almost seems like Onic wanted them to play the Faramis, so they take the other route.
I would say, though, Sans played mean Farsa, but knowing that there's already a Valentina on the opposite end, I think that this is a very early Farsa. But we do know, Echo Express, part of the conditions there is burst. And Kaja plus the Farsa, there's a lot of burst in there for Echo.
What about you, Dalar? Where else? You're in Onyx shoes right now.
I think Farsa also good because if you connect with Kaja, can punish the glue.
Yes.
Almost instantaneously. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the glue. It's whoever walks up to the bush first and gets punished. Now,
I think Kyrie gonna play Assassin.
He's gonna play Assassin?
Yeah.
Hayabusa, maybe?
Keep that in mind, boys. Keep that in mind. Kyrie on this Assassin. So we get the Claude first. It's still safe. Now we start moving into the second phase. I don't know. Is Echo gonna let him play the Assassin comfortably, though?
Knowing Coach Trevor and the entirety of Echo, no. I think that they will see through this.
The Ling out of there.
Yeah, they're gonna ban out Ling as well as the Hayabusa perhaps, and then force Onic to pick up a weird, like a weird assassin. They are prepared though. They have the Kaja. Maybe they are gonna let Fanny at most.
Time and tide
Hayabusa
wait
maybe
for
not.
no team is bare.
Fanny at most, Hayabusa not. All right. But why give the early game pressure, right? I mean, we're seeing the Beatrix get banned out. At least Onic, they're thinking about the overall side lanes as well. They're not just targeting, okay, we're going to get hit from the assassin area. Let's make sure that we can actually have a somewhat of a convenient lane. Get rid of the Beatrix. We don't want you to be able to move out of this lane.
Also, watch out for the carry. Also, they should ban out the carry here.
Benny Cutie carry for Echo, it's actually pretty strong, and in combination with the Kaja, that's a lot of burst that you have, and it is a traditional play for Echo. Somebody gets snagged even when it's attacked, because it's a carry, you will be bursted down.
All right, that's a fair point. Dalar, in your position, right, looking at where we're going so far as a glue, what are you afraid of from the side of Echo? Because it doesn't feel like you can really get punished just yet other than just Kaja.
See value in me?
It's already enough the first 3 picks of Echo, but they need a follow-up damage to punish Glue and Cloud.
Follow-up damage. I'm looking at Wolf. What are we looking for follow-up damage?
Would have said that it's the Grok so that you can punish it, but maybe carry should be there. Brody, explain maybe. Let's draft. Come on.
Ooh, they are going real fast. They are
This is an
wasting-
M4 draft.
Right, they are just going at it quick. And again, a lot of playmaking capabilities from the side of Echo. Onic with their very last pick, and the invisible Gilang Sangs. Wow, 0 deaths during the 3-0 series against EVO's Legends. Man, production kind of doing us dirty here.
Even Dilar can't kill him.
Yeah. Katulad ng sabi ko kanina, follow-up damage carry. Sobrang ganda ng combo ng carry Kaja Farsa.
Yeah, Dilar loves the carry combo with the Farsa and the Kaja. They close up with the Fanny. There it is.
You called it.
He knows his boy. Of course he knows his boy.
I already know there.
All right,
Composition.
Dalar. All right, Dalar. Tell us, which composition do you think is better right now? Is it Echo or is it Onic?
Seriously, it's hard to Kyrie Fanny, Kalaw Diaz, Snowball in early. Pasti manang. Tapi Kalaw 50-50. Onic bisa kala.
It all relies on Kyrie snowballing in the start. If they get the snowball going, they will win on it. But if it's 50-50 in the mid-game, Echo will take over.
Because it's hard to... Right now, Fanny so hard to snowball right now in the early game. Because of the Dreadnought and other itemization, right?
Man, it's great having professional players on the table. Thank you so much, Dalar here. Thank you for giving your insights for this game. But I think everybody is ready. Leo, would you like to take us in to the land of Dawn?
I would love to. It's time for what many would call a grand finals worthy matchup. It's game 1 between Echo and Onic.
Mobile Legends.
Oh, I think I kind of agree with Dilar. Surely, we did say that they will let go of the Fanny at most, and the Hayabusa definitely going to be banned out. It's exactly what happened. The Kaja is prepared for this Fanny. The only reason why they would let this, they would still get the Fannies because the carry eventually was picked up. So there's a lot of battle between the junglers now, and I just love the fact that both teams gave us a first pick Lancelot, last pick Fanny, carry versus Kautizi. They're gonna. This is like Christmas for me.
This is an anime in the making. It is bookending the start of what could be a 5-game series.
Hopefully it is. Hopefully it does go 5 games. Because if I can curse something, I won't curse the teams. I'll curse that it's going to be 3-0. To make it 3-2, I'm going to try to reverse the odds
how it
right now.
works?
I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it's how it works. But, you know, Leo, Wolf, there's something that, good junglers have in common. They all have K as their initial letter. Like Kyrie, Kyle TZ,
Cleo.
Kyle TZ, Cleo, Kiriko, Cool,
Clefel.
Koba Zane.
Okay. Oh, but
That's not gonna fly.
yeah.
But they will, definitely.
They will.
I'm expecting a lot of anime moments in this game 1. And if anything, this is Echo Express.
This is definitely Echo Express. All of the ingredients are there. You have Yaoi's setup hero. It's not an AoE setup. This is a snack. You have the Kaja together with Farsa. So you already have the burst. And the thing is, they have low cooldown ultimates as well. Maybe the longest one probably is the Divine Judgment, but the entirety of the kit that you have from Echo, spammable. All of them, right? So that's it all fits the bill. Well, for the side of Onic, very, very dependent on ultimates.
With that being said, it's a counter start for both of our junglers, the GOAT and the One. Orange for Kairi, Carl-TZ going for purple here.
Early start, again, it's just the orange buff. It's a very unique path that Kairi is taking, but in the bottom lane, this is something we don't see a whole lot of. Boots already winning in lane early on the glue matchup against the Lapu.
Well, Dilar did mention that you gotta watch out for Boots and the Chewe. Here in mid, it's a little undertake for Onic, so already looking good in this rematch coming in from M4.
Okay, we're seeing a few trades as well, but honestly, Wolf, anything interesting when it comes to the emblems or talents here?
Not so much. I guess the Magic Worship has been, onto the Farsa has been getting a lot of attention. Now Sanji is going to be picking it up. You have to worry if you're the Claude, get hit by 2 Feather Air Strikes. In the late game, you might die.
Ooh. So, again, it's clear there's not much that Echo are hiding. As for Onic, we can see that maybe if Nikki, if Keyboy doesn't find a good catch, then they can re-engage. I think that's one strength that Onic has, is the re-engage. They're not as reliant on the all-in as Echo is.
That's very true. Maybe they will find their opening. They eventually, the CW will have a great time.
There you go, Kairi jumping in all the way, deep down, but Kairi's gonna fall here. He's gonna go for the cables. The fadeaway should not be able to kill him right now, but that was real close, so close. A bit too close for comfort.
What a pilot episode in our anime between Kairi and Carl-TZ, right? The hot start there, a close call. Turtle already up. Carl-TZ and Sanford on.
The Turtle, that's gonna be Boots, trying his best to look for it. But Sanford finds first blood, and it's Echo on the board with the first Turtle. Kairi with the invade already right now, has retribution advantage, but Yaoi's walking back in. Divine Judgment's right there, but the cable actually saves him for a bit. Kairi able to steal away the purple, but the cable's there. But Carl's chasing him down. Keyboy forced to flicker out. Sans has stolen the Divine Judgment. But Onic, they pull back. They do not want to stay too long.
Now, Kairi is playing so aggressively. This is, typically I know Kairi is not an aggressive kind of guy, especially with the Fanny. Surely he gets kills and he will die for sure, but it's not like aggressive.
Wait.
Kairi.
Oh, yes, Keyboy. It's fine. He knows it.
You were saying?
Yeah, I mean, Kairi is more of a calculated aggressor. He waits for his time, but this time it seems like there's no wait on Kairi. This love myself era is totally different,
Definitely, it seems like what happened yesterday and how he was after that sweep against EVOS Legends is propelling him forward. This is momentum on the One. Looking at their items here, it looks like Boots built the Warrior Boot, so he understands that, this is Echo Express. I have to accept that these basic attacks are going to hurt. There's a pull!
Divine Judgment locking him down, and Kairi picks up the kill with that Master Assassin emblem. Clean combo, gets them on the board, equalizing the kill score 1-1.
And the Spotty Boy, bouncing ball on through, Phantom Execution. Oh, here comes Chewe.
Are we just putting a spotlight on Kairi for the past 3 minutes? I guess that Carl-TZ has been very quiet, only getting the turtle, but it was even uncontested. So this is scary though for Onic, because it means that this Carl-TZ treat is just going to be boiling for now, and when it does pop, they're going to be ready for Onic.
I mean, you don't last this long in the realm of MLB sports if you don't have patience, right? We've seen Carl-TZ through his child prodigy era. We've seen him through the tank jungler era. And now we've come full circle. He's back on the Lancelot, starting this turtle.
Purple buff ready, Keyboy now with counter bench. And the race, it's going to be flickering. That's Kairi who picks up the kill on the go. Red tree on point. Kairi picks up the turtle right now. Sanford's going to be engaged on. Boots bouncing him up, bringing him back. Feather and airstrike coming out to deal some damage back also. But Keyboy finds a good time's revenge to cancel that feathered airstrike up. Good trade from Echo though there they're already looking to rotate around, mirroring Onic up top.
Oh, yeah, this is definitely a tug of war. The first turtle going in favor of Echo uncontested. And we're going to see through the replay how Onic managed to get the turtle and get the kill onto Kaltizi. And there are so many other ingredients that's very important here. Look at the positioning of Boots and Keyboy's timing. Pops the ultimate, no save whatsoever from Echo. The burst was there with Suns as well as Kyrie just throwing everything onto Kaltizi. Even a Tanksalot will not survive that kind of burst down coming out from Onic.
It's just the same. You have to admire the discipline, the trigger discipline of Echo, because just any other mid laner might have popped the feathered airstrike there and still died.
Yeah.
And then Sanji and Sanford then they said like, no, this is not a fight we should be taking. Let Kyrie have this time. We will try to bounce back. So yeah, this is a clear win for Onic, who's up ahead now by about 400, 500 gold.
This is a very sketchy situation. Both flickers are up. CW pressing the flicker onto him, but that's going to be the lockdown as well. Sans not able to respond it over. Sanji with the burst, taking CW down. And that is the Echo precision. Fast-paced combos. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, a little bit of a skirmish between the One and the Goat.
Yeah. How much damage do you want?
Yes. Echo read through that though. Onic, for sure that there will be a movement onto Chewe's lane, onto the gold lane, and Echo also have two people in there. It was a 3v3. It seems like they don't know that that's happening. At least they don't have the confirmation. But understanding the pattern of the opponent, they know that's happening.
That's a fadeaway as well. Kyrie's still able to escape for now, but the fadeaway is going to hit him, and it's going to be the kill. Benny picks it up. The feather airstrike locks Keyboy down as Yaoi puts some slow onto him. Carl with the phantom execution onto the back right now. The Thorn Rose as well, but he does not find a connection on those skills. But Echo have gotten back the gold lead as the turtle spawn.
What a conceal coming out from Keyboy to get out, but definitely Echo winning that fight, locking down the Fanny. Big props to Sanji actually connecting on the curse, and then he gets the stun afterwards. That's the reason why Kyrie was brought down. You know, there was an update on the Fanny, right? If you get stunned, your cables will not push through.
Oh, and what that leads to is a 1,000 gold lead for Echo. And this was a clear statement, a message to whoever's watching. Because if you look at Kaltizi's inventory in just a bit, he first built War Axe. So he's still on a one-way road to snowballing.
Divine Judgment again, only on the Keyboy though. They gotta be careful right now as Kyrie builds up the cables. Still on the back line without a Divine Judgment to play with. Benny's gonna be caught, but nice flicker to get out. That's a feathered. Nope. That's actually the Wings by Wings used up by Sanji. He's holding on to that feather airstrike. The Divine Judgment actually connects onto Kaltizi, but the burst is not gonna be enough as the feather airstrike comes down with the flicker. Sans is blocked, and he rolls to Sanji with a brilliant flicker maneuver.
Oh, Echo really did outplay Onic in there. And Onic, they tried to go for a play. CW didn't have the stacks. He was actually just, you know, he's just like a spray gun, holding on to the Echo, and they just got out. When Boots wanted to go for the play, the flicker was there from Benny Cutie. Then Boots was trapped, but it was Sans who was taken out afterwards because everybody was just dialing down on saving Boots. I think that's a bad decision from Onic overall.
Yeah, no. And to think it was Boots who was the aggressor. It was Boots who was cutting deep behind Tier 1, right in the middle of Tier 2, trying to get that mount on Sanji. And I gotta say, man, Sanji, I thought I saw everything. But here he outplayed 3 members of Onic and still got a kill on the way out. Spent the flicker, held on to the feather airstrike for the perfect moment.
Sans is no longer invincible. 1 death.
That's right.
Because of Sanji.
Because of Sanji.
Oh, Sanji. Of course, with a magic worship, you know that he's going to be packing up a punch. Believe that he does have the Clock of Destiny anyways. Oh, I think that Onic really just have to, you know, relax a little bit. I think that they're trying to match the Echo Express. And honestly, in this game, if you're looking at Echo, they're not even like putting on the gas pedal. They're just waiting for the steam to, you know, fire up.
It's not as fast. They're at 3rd gear, 4th gear tops here. Yeah. We've seen them definitely go much faster. And I think the fact that Onic are actually porcupines and not hedgehogs might be the reason why. They can't go just as fast, especially since they're still waiting for CW to farm up. They're waiting for Keyboy to get a good setup. And the whole disengage, re-engage won't work this early on.
Or dance. I believe that there's a lot of merit for Echo.
Divine Judgment, locking him down. Carl picks up the kill. Sans. He's gonna fall. Kyrie now, knowing there's no Divine Judgment, wants to go for some kills, but Kaltizi evades from it. Keyboy charging up the top of the bench now with the rage as well. That's gonna be the first coming down as that's Yaoi picked off. Boots in the midst of it all right now with a flicker out with a split. CW clearing out the mid wave, jumping back to the BMI. Boots not stunned up, baits out for the airstrike. Kyrie still looking for the cables. Red Tree battle coming down. Carl versus Kyrie. 50-50 on the board. CW jumps in and Kai wins the retry battle. CW jumps back right now with some damage once again, but Benny Cutie in the back as well. It's doing a lot. Come forward. CW should fall here, and Onic lose out 3 members.
A 3-for-1. Eventually, Kyrie coming out with the Lord take. What's the economy on this?
Definitely Echo. Despite the Onic getting that Lord, even when Kyrie had a level disadvantage, winning the fight, that is what matters more. They got 3 kills out of that, and now they're farming so heavily. And Echo, they will just clear out the waves. They're going to be A-OK. The fact that Benny as well as Kaltizi were untouched during that fight, that was massive for Echo. Onic, however, you know that they have a plan here. They wanted to go for the jump onto Yawi, was able to get it. Then, of course, CW with his jump with the Blazing Duet was actually well done. However, the second fight afterwards, that is what Echo found and won, and they also got the economic advantage afterwards.
Kibo here, right out of the bush, spotted by Sanford. No sneaky jumps here, and just like that, it definitely was a win for Echo. They decimate and destroy the Lord. Not much of an advantage. Kyrie spotted out here, cabling on through. It looks like this 2K gold lead for Echo is small, despite going 8-3. Wait, there's a pull!
Holding on to Boots, though. He's still holding on to that split. And Onic will not let Boots get taken down. That's a break fighter as well, defensively.
It's a small 2K lead.
Yeah.
There's not much Echo can do with this until they find another angle, until they shot assist him.
Another airstrike though. Boots now finally forced to pop that split. Even a conceal from Keyboy. Defensive maneuvers from Onic, reacting a lot to Echo's plays.
Echo's like, they're definitely like orcas, like sharks, you know? When they smell blood, they're gonna hunt for it. And this weakness coming up from Onic, wherein they already used the ultimate on Boots as well as the conceal, they are gonna smell that, and they definitely will make a play.
They're just waiting. They are cordoning off where Onic is allowed to move. And as a Fanny, that's not the best thing to do. That's not an ideal situation. The one here isn't getting as much as he wants from the map. Yes, he's sitting at 3-1-0, but Kaltizi is just going ham on these objectives. The only real thing that Kaltizi left out to the open was that turtle that he lost to in the trade and that Lord. I'm wondering, we got a Lord coming in about half a minute here. And it looks like Onic is just pushing the advantage. They understand that this is the tempo we have to go at.
Okay, Carl dashing forward right now is 1v1. Carl versus Kyrie. Phantom execution, but Kyrie wins out on the retry battle. That was for 2 retries, and Kyrie won. The 1 is here.
The
This
prelude
is
to
it.
the next Lord. Oh my goodness.
To be
Anime battle.
continued.
We waited for this. So what? That's what, season 2 or what? Or is it still season 1?
We're still in season 1.
We're still
in
season
the
1, that's
beginning.
episode
It's
6.
game 1 out of best 5.
Okay.
Yep, it's season 1. We've got the pilot, and then now we're waiting. It's a big fight!
Divine Judgment, it cancels out the famous spider. Sanford's gonna be shut down. Keyboy walking in the mid right now, getting caught by Divine Judgment. It's that's to be Sanji in the back. Now with another airstrike, locking Sans down. Sans going out, but the Magic Worship is dealing a lot of damage. Kaltizi moves forward. Winner crunch and bought right in time. The Thorn Rose is right there. Kaltizi with a kill. CW walking back, doing some damage onto Carl. The goat, but the cable comes through. The Thorn Rose is there, but it's not enough to save the goat's life. Onic slowly but surely coming back in the game.
Woo! Very good start for Onic as they have found the opening. Sans finally getting a good stack with a copy that Divine Judgment, but he died in the end. Still, the Winter Truncheon doesn't pick up very early. Arguably, at 13 minutes, you already have the Winter Truncheon. It was utilized in perfect purpose, I would say, for Onic because they bought time for Kaltizi to be put in a bad spot.
Onic pulled the rug right underneath Echo's feet. They were just waiting to set up. I think Echo was looking for this engage, the pincer maneuver here in bottom, but Sans, he went up and he tried to outplay Kaltizi. He tried to buy time, but they didn't know, they didn't see. Kyrie was speeding down there, and this is what? Notch one up for the 1 against the Ghost.
Important thing to take note is that Chewa is quietly doing the right moves, although he died twice. That was actually a good move that he did to zone out the remaining members of Echo. Then he went back to deal the damage to Kaltizi, then contributed to the kill. Keyboy, after the snag of Sans already, it's weird that he still went in. That looked really dicey for Onic. They could have lost the fight because of that. But things have happened, and now Onic have equalized.
Blue team turret has
I think it's a matter of timing and again tempo. Onic are calling the shots at this point, and now they're making the most of their battlefield mobility. The speed at which CW can cut through the jungle compared to Benny Cutie, how Kyrie just has energy all the time, and of course Keyboy finding these odd angles, these diagonal jumps. It's just going too fast. It's not speed-wise, but, you know, mentally overloading Echo.
Remember to change. Whoa.
Winner Truncheon from Sans.
Beautiful winner truncheon by Sans to escape the divine judgment. My goodness gracious. Wow. That's the Gila Sans we were expecting from MPL Indonesia. But my point earlier, I wanted to say, wait, they're still going. Carl actually jumped forward. Phantom execution. Aggressively moves down so far as well, Sans. Wait, it's 2v4. What is going on? They're still able to be alive. What? How? How did it happen? Boots finds a kill in the midst of Echo.
And he lives!
What?
Kautizi. Really unnecessary jump from him. Sans outplaying Yaoi first. That's good. But then again, the secondary jump where Kautizi was, it was punished because Boots went for the 1-2 and the flicker.
Okay, split. Divine judgment. There you go.
There you
Finally.
go.
I mean, Boots, he's telling his team to be careful, but he needs to be careful sometimes too.
It took a while.
Took a while.
He did way too much to even warrant that death. Now, Wolf, you were saying.
Yeah, it's the 1-2 with the flicker in the middle. That's the play when you are going for the glue, and then it hit Kautizi because Kautizi not only jumped, he also utilized the Thorn Rose very earlier on. So that's why there was no way for him to dodge the 1-2 flicker from Boots.
What happened? The gold shifted so fast from CW because earlier it was Benny holding the gold lead like a massive one.
Had 4 assists. The average also kicking in, and
That's right.
you have so much. This is critical mass. Like we were talking about, Onic have reached it.
And again, I'm just theorizing here. I don't know exactly the map movements, but CW has had an easier go at the lane, given the speed that Onic has just suddenly stepped on the clutch with. Now, this is a river controlled by Onic. You see how Echo are suddenly on the defensive. They're the ones who are scared.
For good measure, though, because this is a very strong lineup now for Onic.
There's so much re-engage potential. Even if they don't find their initial target, they can just reset. And again, even if it's just one, they take down one. And earlier, it was Kautizi within his own base, off of Boots who survived. That's the ideal here for Onic. Now they engage.
Divine Judgment now locking Keyboy down. He still has the mortality right now. Salty's going to be able to dish out some damage. Dasting inside the airstrike as well. Keyboy flickering out. Disengage properly. Kautizi versus Kyrie on the Lord. Sanford going to be brought back to the team. CW does some damage. Who's going to win? It's Kyrie! Who is the retry? Benny against the world. But what are you going to do when 5 members are still alive from Onic? They are able to secure the Lord and win a team fight.
Off the back of Keyboy's perfect jump, Kautizi was compromised and Kyrie just had to press the button. And now they're threatening the finish. All 5. Just Sanji and Yaoi left.
Kai with the cable, toss on the back. Sanji gonna be zoned away. Onic looking for the play right now as Yaoi gets destroyed in the front. Sanji with a desperate attempt with the feather airstrike. They're all marching down the flicker defensively. Onic have won a game, and it is the first game in the series.
An amazing start to what we all expect to go all 5 games. Onic finds a window, stops the speeding Echo Express in its tracks.
The chemistry from Onic and was there. And Coach Yip wasn't kidding when he told me that he told everyone what they needed to do in specific team fights, and they obliged. They happily followed the format and the formula that Coach Yip and Adi laid out for them. Keyboy had immortality, and he knew that he can be the sacrifice. He burned the divine judgment. He went back with a jump, and Sans initiating with the bravest fighter to help Kyrie secure that Lord. Retribution. It wasn't just Kyrie's effort, it was the entirety of Onic just in perfect unison to win that game.
And now comes into play what Dilar mentioned. It's not as easy to take care of Kyrie. He had a slow start. The first 2 to 3 minutes of this game didn't look very good for the one, but eventually with the help of Sans, with the help of Keyboy, and Boots in the odd angles, Onic scores 1. Gideon, you see that?
moment of that game, and I was not expecting it to look like this. I really didn't. I thought it was the 1 plus the 4 that makes it work, not the fact that when it comes down to the neutral objectives, it's the 4 that makes up that 1. Kyrie, he's got a perfect team around him, and I think that in one of these few times, right, you guys don't get to see this on the desk sometimes, but Mirko's face after that game, the insane steal, I wouldn't even call it a steal, the insane fight around the Lord was just nuts.
It
I
was
almost
nuts.
lost my voice with that one. I thought Carl got it. You know, Lance, Phantom Execution, he built up the stacks as well. That's why I said, who got it? Who got it? Guy got it.
And watching it again, you're gonna see it's not just Kyrie's effort. Sans copied the Divine Judgment. He timed it so that there will be no chance at all for Kaltizi. Onic really knew what he needed to do, but of course, it wasn't just that. Kyrie was so active, and like I told you, I've seen a lot of Kyrie games, and this is probably the most aggressive that he was. Typically the calculated aggressor, but he knew that he has to be aggressive so that nobody will be looking at Chewe.
Was that the last Lord fight? Was it the Keyboy jump and the Divine Judgment?
That's right.
Oh, wow, all the worst.
It literally was a game of rock, paper, scissors. Even amongst you and me, Leo, whenever we play rock, paper, scissors, we're trying to think one step ahead like Carl TC. But notice in these fights, right? First, it was Keyboy catching him, and he's like, okay, I adjusted for Keyboy. Next thing you know, Divine Judgment starts being added into the mix. Man, when does it stop?
I hope that it doesn't though, because I really want to see more from these teams. Look at this, Carl TC just jumping in, Boots ready with the mount, the grab. Like I said, the 1-2 with the flicker that's allowed him to get enough stacks. Oh, watch it for Sans. Look at him. No words to describe this. He finds Yaoi, then goes back. Carl TZ puts the Lord low. Kyrie's waiting in there. Sans, he's gonna time it. Do it to threshold. It was so good.
It was a suppress. That's worse.
It wasn't a 50-50.
It wasn't. It was 100-0.
Man, all planned, all pre-planned right from the start. It's great that we got at least a heads up from the general himself, because again, they said if Kyrie is able to snowball out of control, and even Echo was aware of that, trying to slow them down as much as they can. And now that we jump back into the post-game stats, what could have Echo done better?
Really, just play better, you know? The draft wasn't wrong. The way that they're playing, it wasn't wrong. But it's just that during important moments, it's just the way that they chose their fights was, like I said, unnecessary jumps from Kaltizi in the mid lane before that Lord fight happened. And they thought that they had a free pass because they landed the Divine Judgment onto Keyboy. But Keyboy planned it all along. Maybe if we can flip this page and see what the items are, I'm going to point out 2 important items. First, Immortality on Keyboy. So much value in that because he knew that he had to be the sacrifice to tank and soak the Divine Judgment. Next, you have the Winter Trench on Sans. So many people will say that, okay, that was far too early. But Sans knew. There was so many clashes that was won because of the Winter Trenchant picked up by Sans.
Bargain Hunter.
Yep.
That emblem, Bargain Hunter, allowed for him to get a full build in under 18 minutes.
He was doing it quick, and I wanted to point out Sans as well. I'm looking at you, Mirko, because again, when they said Gilak Sans, has he hit a new level this time?
I don't even think so, right? Because there were a few mistakes in this game that I usually don't see Sans do. We saw yesterday he was able to completely outclass his opponents in game against Evos. A few Winter Truncheon plays, Flicker plays to read out Divine Judgment. Here, he was caught a few times, so he looked human, which is already pretty rare to see for me, especially after watching MPLID, after watching them in the group stage as well.
Hey, this is Echo that they're facing. I think that you have a warrant to be to be challenged. This is, I mean, we're living in Echo and Onyx's world now. Can we say that? Can we
Season
agree to
1's
that?
done.
Yeah, Season 1 is done, and we're already moving on towards that next step. Onic has taken that first win, and now the comeback arc coming in from Echo is going to start soon. But the question is, how do they even achieve that, right? Because again, we looked at the draft and we were like, that wasn't even the issue half the time.
Yeah. No, I think
How do
that
they go with this?
it's weird, right? I cannot pinpoint anything that they did wrong. It's not like Echo did something incorrectly in this game. Surely there were some weird plays, but it's not like they will do it again. Really, it will go down to the fact that Onyx members, they knew what to do in this specific moment. They were given the task to do. Coach Sheb just laid down the checklist. They also added in there, everybody was doing their job for the side of Onic.
It's a matter of Onic knowing where to pick their shots, right? Echo Express has a very small window. If you don't get through that, and if you don't stop it from going at full speed, it's over. It's too late. We've seen this too many times. But here, Onic knew it. And as soon as they were on the offensive, they never let go. That's why Sans was just doing all of these things. That's why he was dying more than he usually does. That's 3 more deaths than he had yesterday. So today, this is a well-earned game win, but going into game 2, though, that might be something that begs to ask. What's Harold Reyes, what's Coach Tic Tac thinking right now? Because, again, between him and Treb, I think it's up to him to help reset.
Yeah. I mean, of course, here in 2023, that's their next project. Project Next. The update is coming soon. Starting from June 27th, the revamped emblem system, the Inicio story, the brand new hero, and generous events and remarkable bonuses are about to meet everyone. So log into the game if you want to know more about that new update. That way we can start prefacing this upcoming new season here of this battle anime, this battle shonen between these two teams.
Yeah, that would be great, right? What happens? Like the top teams that we have right now in Southeast Asia or in the world, actually, there will be a change in the patch. It will be very significant because of the emblem changes. Will the top 4 still be the top 4 after this? Will it pave the way for new faces heading into M5 just because of a patch?
That's scary to think about, and it's way out there. I'm thinking about the now, the immediate.
Okay.
And I think the Master Jiraiya of Echo for Carl Tizzy, the GOAT, has to come into play. And I'm looking at TikTok. I'm hoping that the reset comes through here because I think, folks, watching at home, you're going to have to agree. Carl Tizzy went a little too hard there.
Yeah, a few times.
I might even point out the item build. That was a little too greedy. It's hybrid. It's way too hybrid.
I think in the early game it worked really well because they had the lead, right? They couldn't afford to actually go for these aggressive plays, but since they got caught out in the mid game, once it started shifting over towards Onic, that's when you can really see the weakness of this snowball kind of build. With the War Axe, the Thunder Belt as well, you do damage, but you can't really get to CW. I think that's the main problem here for Carl Tizzy. When he dives into the back, CW dives into his team, and Boots already creates an opening for him to do that without getting punished. Meanwhile, for Kyrie and the whole team of Onic, I honestly believe that Onic, they were playing weak side everywhere because they wanted to just cover for Kyrie. It's very similar to what Lars said here, right next to me. It's all about getting Kyrie snowballing in the early game, and they did that. They gave him so much space to go 5-1, and when he got 5-1, he was able to equalize that level lead. It's not no longer. It's like it's always just a 1 level lead for Carl.
And he only had 1 death.
And he only had 1 death as well. You know, my favorite part about all of this is the fact that since so many people are sacrificing, you know, whether it be a minion, whether it be gold, the fact is that Kyrie repays them in kind every single time. Like the number of turtles and as well as lords that he was able to successfully take away while still being able to walk away with a kill. That's impressive.
Very, very impressive, especially if you look at it, if you look at the game from start to finish. Onic's game plan was more about like trades and sacrifices. For example, the first turtle, if you look back, they gave it away, like uncontested, because they wanted to go for the purple. It didn't look that clean, but they still managed to do so. Then over and over, there will be trade-offs. Glue, Boots, as well as Keyboy, they will be putting their bodies in front of Echo. And now maybe this is something that Echo can improve on. When Yaoi played the Kaja, he never went for Chewe, for example, or CW, or maybe Sans. Always going in for Keyboy because he had no choice. Had to look for someone in front or someone to snag, and sometimes that's a waste of divine judgment.
He went for Chewe once in the early game. As soon as he hit level 4, went up to that bush, he knew Chewe was there, I'll take it. But yeah, you're right. Towards the mid to the late, maybe they lack that reminder. Maybe Coach TikTok and Coach Treb should pull a page out of Coach Yeb's book and remember your job. Remember what you gotta do.
That's true, but there's also the fact that, like, since even when we were going into the cast, even when we were talking about the game, half the time we didn't even recognize that Jawa was even in the game until the impact actually happened. And I think even Echo felt that way because of the big ticket ultimates that were coming through. So overall, hopefully this might be that moment, right? This might be that moment where they have to continuously stay aware, situationally aware, and continuously start pivoting across the map.
Now I want to go into the details here. Going into the draft, it's Echo's choice. I feel like they'll stay blue. And I feel like, I don't know, unless they were read into, unless they try to protect it, unless they truly try to set it up, is Yaoi's choke going to come into play?
Yeah, I hope so. And I think that Dilar actually pointed that out before we started the panel. Who's going to get the cho in this game, right? E-Boy or Yaoi?
He was snubbed all game 1.
Yeah.
I mean, we might think that's impressive, but if this game really goes all 5 and we're really like stretching the arsenal, for all we know, Boots might show us maybe a couple of tricks in the EXP lane once in a while, but that's only if we're very, very lucky to make it there. Considering that this is a very momentum-based game, and especially in the professional scene, when you have a crowd of this size, momentum could lead them to a very easy victory. This could be a sweep potentially.
Wow, I just peeked at the crowd here in Aeon 3 in Main Chai. I could have sworn Burn Slash was still playing. There's so many people in the stands.
Yeah.
There's not many gaps in these seats. Everybody's almost packed like tuna cans, like just shoulder to shoulder, looking to shout. And by the way, did you guys know? Because we're inside the arena all the time. Outside, there's actually a full-blown screen, like a 2-story screen, and 2 floors filled to the brim with MLBB fans.
Oh man, Cambodians are gila, or baliw. They're crazy.
Yeah.
I love it. And
Gila banget.
yeah, you're right.
Very. Well, never
Yeah,
mind.
we don't have Dilar here.
I
no.
don't. I tried.
We
But
already
they're
missed the
crazy.
general.
We missed the general. And I do wish we could actually like have him at least for the draft. You know, I really like Dilar's insights, especially because he played with Trevor and he also played with Coach Ip and also against the team. So he might know a lot about those teams, but I miss him.
You know, when you guys were saying the moniker of the general, right? Every single time, you don't really get to feel that until when you get to see that side of him during the draft, because he's not
Exactly.
one of those players. He's not one of those quote unquote foot soldiers who
Yeah.
are like, they need this.
Yeah.
They want this pick. He goes into explanation at the very least, and the intimate aspect, the personal level that he knows Kyrie in these cases. He already saw the setup. He's gonna go on Assassin. Trust me. And we were only on that first pick.
Yep. I love it though. Thank you so much, Echo and Onic, for actually giving us like an assassin v assassin matchup of Faltizi going
It's
up
been
against
so
her.
long.
It's been so long. Yeah, actually, when was the last time in an international stage when there was no utility jungler?
That's right. Fredrin was nowhere to be found as well.
M2.
M2 perhaps.
M2. Wait. I need to wait. Let me think about it for a little bit more. I'm thinking MSC 2021. No, 21 didn't happen. 2022. No, it didn't happen as well. There were still utility jungles. Yeah, so technically
Probably.
M2.
M2
that's
3 years
been a
ago.
long time.
3 years
been
and
too
6
long.
months. No, 2
long.
years. It's been a while. Too long.
I think M3 we still saw it. I believe it was Kyrie Albert on Assassins.
All assassins.
It was, but we were still seeing utility jungles.
I think it was Yi and Shin at most, right?
We were using
Marksman, not even like hard. Well, I mean,
Virus.
there was a little
Big
bit
Lance.
of Big Lance. That's the one, because that's when you were playing jungle instead of the goal lane, right, Mirko?
Yeah. when playing jungle was actually fun.
Yeah, playing jungle was really, really fun. Highly mechanical. Now, coming into game 2, and let's start the trailer for season 2 between these two teams of Echo versus Onic. Adaptations, because I feel like margin of error was something that I wouldn't really put past Echo, because again, very mechanical. There's a large margin of error. Now, we're that good at the game, but now looking at Onic as well, really abusing that fact, do they want to shrink it down? Something a little bit more straightforward, a little bit simpler.
Especially after winning game number 1, I don't think that they will shrink it out. If not even, they might even just be more
It's crazy.
crazy. But
More
then again,
confident.
what's crazy in the level of these two teams, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say crazy, but I definitely think that Coach Chikta had a word with Carl Tizzy is like, don't make me put you on a kite, man. Don't make me do it.
Don't wait, do it. I already gave you lines. Come on.
Let's look at the previous draft recap here, and at least we can get a better idea of what could happen in game number 2.
Was that the first Fanny win at MSC?
Yes. Technically. Wait.
Technically.
In knockout stages, for
No,
sure.
it's the first one. Oh, one-time split?
Yeah.
Was it?
It's one of the few times that it actually
Maybe
made
the
it
knockout
through.
stages?
Yeah. And
Oh, this is knockout stage.
It hasn't been. I'm not gonna lie. Even during group stages, sometimes it doesn't even look that impressive, right? Until we see that maybe Fanny isn't the one that needs to continuously snowball. Maybe it's the friends around you that kind of set you up for it.
100%. We saw that in game. That's not just the Fanny. You draft the Fanny. You don't look at it as a hero, a one-all, be-all, be-all, end-all kind of hero that it could save your game. Kufra as well as Valentina played so much in that previous game for sure. Okay.
Priority and adjusted bans as well. Perfect. Because this is a good time to really start talking about it, right?
Yeah.
The fact that, again, we're seeing that Grok has been legalized here during the
Yeah.
knockout stages have definitely changed up what we've seen during the groups right up till now.
Yeah, you see that Onic recognizes the fact that it could be used against the Claude. I'm actually surprised that it hasn't been picked up today, especially when you have a team like Burn X Flash, for example, or maybe like Evos, you know that they play those kind of heroes. I'm surprised that it hasn't been picked up as much as you would expect. But with Echo, Sanford plays it, Yaoi plays it, even Carl TC plays the Jungle Grok. So there is a big chance that it will be picked up in this series in one game or another.
It's a very flexible pick. And honestly, looking at it again right now, Echo are respecting Onyx Flex pick as well. The Arlet was banned away straight out the board, understanding that Arlet, not only is he good in the XP position, as just boots his, weak side lane or even strong side, both can work. The fact that it can be flexed over the Keyboy, we've seen it in the group stage. Sure, maybe it wasn't that impressive against Burn, but it was surely impressive against OP, and just creates so much chaos within these team fights.
Well, chaos might just be the key, or whether standardization is the way to keep the mental strong. Let's jump right into the draft here.
I have a wish though. I hope the Lancelot was also picked up, maybe from Onic or from Echo. But I think that you look at that game from Carl TC, that's just a rain check. Do not judge Carl TC's aptitude on the Lancelot just because of one game. It's granted. Wish granted.
See, Echo stays the blue, or in this case, first pick, and then they course correct. They take out the glue. That was a little too much coming in from Boots.
I totally agree there. And especially since even Delara was saying, just go for the Faramis. That could have been an easy counter, but that's just not the style that they want to go for right now. They really want to make sure that San duo is going to be nice and strong, and they can scale towards the later stages of the game.
Very good. Then I pick up the Kadida. I really like it. But there's the Grok. Well, just as we talk about it, Valentina and Grok very quickly picked up. I wish this is a Boots Fredrin though. Of course, they carry an assassin once again. This means though that maybe you go Beatrix or Brody on Chewe instead of the Claude.
That's what I was thinking too. If you're going in blind, you might as well have somebody who can force out priority whenever you're feeling like it, right? But we can't forget this. I feel like I've seen this pattern, almost like deja vu, in a matter of fact. Especially from Echo, the fact that we see this Grok might just be going for Sanford this time. Something a little bit more stable, something that can also force priority and make that big impact during these Lord secures. Because remember, Power Nature deals a lot of damage, and especially with Master Assassin, you pair that up with Retribution, you might get 100% secure rates.
I was about to say Melissa could be a pick here, because understanding again, last time they met, Benny was able to kind of counter the Grok with the Melissa. Back in the day, there was a weird interaction again with the go away, able to cancel that wild charge. So Melissa up against the Grok, it no longer can do that. The wild charge goes through the go away. But the Valentina and the Lancelot, with the first three picks for Echo, it's setting up for a front to back composition again. They want Onic wants Echo to pick up something like a Brody, a Carry, even a Beatrix, because the Melissa will bully them in lane, creating space for this mid lane, and maybe possibly, like you mentioned, that assassin jungle.
How about a Leslie ban for Onic?
Yeah.
Very uncharacteristic of Benny Cutie, but I do feel that, Beatrix might be the ban out here. The top right team is Beatrix,
Time and tide
last is the
waits for no
Leslie,
man.
but there you go.
Nor girl.
Do you ban out Hayabusa? I think Hayabusa. There you go. Next draft from Echo. Onic. I think you pick up Fire Mist here?
Yeah, and then they just see what's left for the one later on.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe they go for a potential support. Maybe they just show the fact that they want to play Ling right off the bat, right? Because it's still open. Kyrie can still get Ling. Honestly, now that I think about it, we haven't seen too many Lings overall MSC. It keeps either getting banned out or nobody touches it.
Only Taz, right?
Yeah.
Only Taz. Okay, I think Carry still is good, but you're not left without a choice. Carry might be the best option left for Echo. Then you go for an XP laner.
My life.
Oh, Harriet!
I like this.
That's
just
good.
to make sure that Benny has a somewhat winning lane here with a little bit of help, and also, the Turisla, just in case this Fredrin ends up being flexible.
Yep. Arlot. It's weird that Arlot is open up until this point, right?
No, he's already banned. First ban,
there
right?
it is.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
So Are we expecting for this Fredrin to go into the Kyrie, or is he going to force the Ling? Because that seems to be the only one left.
Right? I don't know.
about Ling against this comp, though.
Yeah, it's,
Right?
it's very
The
difficult.
Grok can knock, the Grob's able to deny you. It's really
Terizla.
annoying. Terizla as well is kind of a thick boy.
Sanji can kick you.
Sanji can kick you as well. He can steal the way of the dragon at the same time.
With some sort of damage. Do you go back to the Masha if you're Onic?
Everyone has a
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Of course.
Great call.
Of course.
Great call there, Wolf. Now, the adaptation's looking good. First Blood King, Mr. Echo Sanford himself, is leading with 4 First Bloods in the entire tournament. He's great in lane, but in game number 1, it was a little uncharacteristic to see him take such an awful trade against that clue. So again, I love the fact that even for Coach Tic Tac, she's looking at every aspect of the game, from laning to mid all the way to late and neutrals.
Okay, how's the Terizla Masha matchup?
Oh, it goes nowhere. It literally goes nowhere.
I agree.
That's like 90% of Masha matchups.
Exactly.
Whoever commits is wasting time.
Exactly.
But at least with Terizla, they can clear out that wave. He can start focusing on moving out of that lane first and maybe keeping Masha to try and match him as quickly as possible.
But what I'm expecting for Echo here is something that's similar to game 1. They're very all in, because at least the Masha can re-engage. The Masha can say, no, let's not do it. We'll see what the tempo is like as we go into game 2. Can Echo reset and take us to 1-1 as we enter game number 2 in this best of 5?
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Already you can already there is a lot of pressure in the purple buff.
Keyboard already putting so much pressure early on. Actually stealing away the little purple buff here. Might be forcing a retry early on. Kyrie already on the orange buff a bit quicker. Carl's going to be forced to use the retry here. Ooh, very close. Use the retry in the end. Keyboard with a flip of sass there.
And there was no way for Yaoi to help.
Wait.
Yaoi's gonna be doing a massive freeze. He's gonna freeze every single minion wave. But he cannot help because Boots and Keyboy, they can just invade because Yaoi is only holding onto the Guardian's barrier.
Okay. A little bit of an invade once again. Just both teams skirmishing a little bit in the jungle. But this does give Kyrie a bit more of a better time farming compared to Carl Teasy.
And the whole situation up top isn't as good for Benny either. He is outranged. He's going to oblige. He's got burst. Those basic attacks don't do much against the early kit of one Harriet.
Exactly. Remember the Harriet though. It's a hero that can actually just deceptively good range just because of the synchro vision. Still is very mid range though. But against Melissa, at least you have the way to kind of deal with the added range of the muddles.
And close the gap, if you will. And that kind of makes it a 50-50, especially if you're looking at a gold laner as brave as Benny Cutie.
Yes. And Yaoi has stayed what for a minute, so that's about 2 minion waves that he blocked with the Guardian's Barrier. It meant that Chewe will have to be nearer the turret of Echo.
What? Sean stole it away. The gold buff. Just a little win there for Onic as they build up for this turtle. But Sanford is going to be caught by Thunderclap. Actually canceled out as well. The Petrify even. The First Blood King falls to Onic as Onic pick up First Blood. Now it's a retreat battle. Carl wins it. Now with Wild Charge as well. On the keyboard, but he's able to jump out of there. Now Kyrie with the lock up. Anthony breaks his back. Sounds picks up another. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Turtle traded in for kills as Keyboy disengages. And Onic win out on the trade.
Good Terrify coming out from Sanjit. And really aiding Kaltisi in that engagement. The fact that Echo got it, they got the turtle, that was so good for their team. However, Onic, you cannot deny the fact that the 2 kills that Sans was able to get means that Harry will be threatened later on. Good thing though, Benny Cutie does have the Purify.
Yep, and again, when it comes to what turtle takes or any major objectives, you have to learn how to trade. Teams are getting so much smarter at that. And again, at this level of competition, economy counts. And that's what put Onic here 1,000 gold ahead in under 3 minutes. That's huge. This is a big 1,000 gold.
That's important. That is important for Onic for sure. And Keyboy kind of recovered. Still, Benny Cutie, you're going to ask, when is he going to be activated? I think sooner, for sure, compared to Chewe. And Echo needs to really summon the Echo Express now. Onic is going to be snowballing if they don't start trying to make a play.
Just the same, that's so hard to say when you have this bottom lane, this XP lane that is going on forever again. Whoever commits is wasting time, and it looks like Boots is winning.
Wait, Boots is winning the 1v1. He's going in all the way, forcing Sanford to flicker under his turret. Boots gets taken low as well, though. That's the first skill for you, trading evenly. But look at the positioning of one Sans. Looking to pinch him down. Sanford notices something fishy, walks all the way back. Proper respect from the world champion. Meanwhile, top side CW is gonna fall. That's Benny with the kill. An Echo trade.
Oh, great trade coming out from Echo and the aggression. Like I said, activation of Pedicuity, that is what's needed. And with a minute to go before the outer third energy shields go down, they will make a move up top, which means that there will be even more gold for Pedicuity.
Yep, and because of that space made up top, Echo can now make way for the turtle. Pulled over, Keyboy engages, watch Sans, and there's a kick!
Purify, though, instantly now. Sans jumps into the back line with the rough waves as well. Sanji gonna be able to escape as Keyboy jumps out with a jump pull. Kyrie finds the kill back. Now Sanji also trading in for Keyboy. Kyrie looking for some stacks for the Appraiser's Wrath. He goes for it. Retry battle here. Give it Carl to go. Picks it up. CW hitting in the back line right now with a muddle placement on point. Sanford's gonna fall. And Onic once again win on a team fight. As you can see, Boots charging, walking them down with an unbending will. Benny recalling. This should give CW some room to go for the turret. Kyrie now knocked up by the wild charge, but should be able to pick up the purple buff. Was it Yaoi? No.
It was Yaoi.
Oh, it's Yaoi. Okay.
It was Yaoi.
That's still a win. I think Onic still came out on top, and again, that's deja vu from the first turtle.
Yep. The second turtle that happened, it was, again, Echo getting it, and Carl TC just flexing his retribution, but Onic, they're winning the T-fights, and that is what matters most in the second and the third turtle. It won't matter if you get the turtle gold, but if you lose two people in the process and the enemy doesn't, that's economic advantage for the team that won the team fight. So Onic really had a better trade afterwards, especially because they activated Jewe in that fight. So he got a little bit of gold in that skirmish.
You gotta watch out for that gold lane X factor. It's interesting because the XP lane, usually, a good friend of ours would say is the X factor, but here's the gold lane. Failed conceal play. Nice, we miss you. I swear, if this wasn't a Masha Trizla, we would have seen more fights down there.
Yeah.
But now it's the Melissa versus Harith, and they're also just both waiting for their teammates. Look at this sandwich. Look at this positioning.
Sanford finds Keyboy right there. The Shunpu's no longer ready for Keyboy. Phantom Execution as well. Keyboy's looking for the ult there. Sans, Petrify, rough way. No way, survives this. Benny dives in, but Sans finds a trade. The 1-for-1 as a shutdown, so Benny Cutie definitely gets some more pressure there. But the turret does not fall. The mini wave was cleared in, and Boots in the bottom lane was able to find one.
The fact that they cleared out the minion wave on Sans, it was a 3v1 that he survived afterwards. Well, he did die, but he took one kill. Then on the opposite end, you have a free turret. Onic still winning. That's macro trade-off.
Oh, and Sanji's gonna be caught in the Appraiser's Wrath. Keyboy looking for the play. Just knocks him up, backs up with the Shampoo. Kyrie with the taunt now, getting some resets on those cooldowns. Skill 1 and 2. Having more pressure. Boots.
Almost. And Boots does have the thunderclap, so it might as well have been frame perfect escape. Now, Kyrie pulls the turtle, about half health, near the tip of its nest. Carl TZ still here. Once again, it's a goat versus the one, and Boots going 1v1. Now bottom!
Where the dragon popped in, it's gonna be 100-0. Keyboy still able to escape, but the Shampoo flickers out of defensive execution as Kyrie jumps on with a taunt. Carl TZ locked down. Zaman forced now by Benny Cutie onto the back line all the way, but he's gonna be caught in the taunt. And CW, he's going for the hit now. Penalty zone onto the back, zoning CW. Meanwhile, Boots in a miss. He finds one kill, and it's gonna be a 2-for-3. Still in favor of Echo. Kyrie picks up the purple buff. Carl TZ onto the orange buff. Kyrie still trying to defend his mid lane by himself as Benny sieges it down. But it seems like Kyrie should be able. Nope, that's the demand force. That's the presence. Kai, he saves the turret.
Woo. Just as Carl TZ steps on the clutch, Benny Cutie maintains to be the force of nature that he is.
And in that specific fight, it was the explainers trying to outplay each other by not engaging against each other. They went into the backlines, but Sanford had the better jump, especially because Benny Cutie was already able to put Sans low with his jump with the Zaman Force. Kyrie evening up this orange buff because Carl TZ actually took his.
Zone. He's out of there. That's the Fredrin for you.
Wow. The most honest form of Grand Theft
Yeah.
Orange. Literally stealing it in front of your face.
No contest whatsoever. No flashy moves. That's literally a dude walking in there, taking the orange.
Kyra, you can have this.
Fun fact, the go away from Melissa cancels out the penalty zone. So if he times it well, it should be a very easy cancel. Two-man taunt.
Whoa, what?
Yowie with a wild charge. The on force now popped in with the dragon by T-Boy. Carl TZ jumping in. CW with a good position right now. T-Boy's gonna be jumped low. Jumpu out of there. CW with a free hit with the fire! Sanford jumps into the penalty zone from T-Boy. Finds a kill back. Sanford not finding the range right now, but Sanji's looking for him. T-Boy will fall. But guess what? Onic have won in that bottom side or top side river.
Yep, 2 for 1 here, and they got Benny Cutie. They also took down Sanford, now Carl TZ.
Forced to puncture out. Boots is recalling in his face as he shows the alter ego, Team Indo.
And now they have regained the position onto the Lord. Echo, no shot, no chance. Actually, they will try.
Wow.
Gonna go for it.
They're gonna go for it.
Beware of Boots. That's the main thing right now that can stop Echo, especially their back line. Sanji, I think, has been just targeted down many times.
Yep, you gotta watch out. You hear the crowd, they're here for Onic. Lord here at a fourth of his health.
Let's go. That's going to be the spawn force. Benny Cutie not able to hit right now. With Boots does some damage. Who's going to get the retry? Who finds him? No retry. CW free hitting the back with the go away as well. Sanford taking low. Kyrie locking Yowie up. Yowie forced a flicker out of the breath of the ocean. How does Boots do it? He basic attacked it.
Was that how bad the situation was? That's how chaotic it was for both Echo and Onic, that it was only Masha was able to just scratch away?
Scratching, like Masha with normal attacks, not even a thunderclap. It was because of the two playmakers from both teams just taking away both junglers. It was the kick coming up from Keyboy. You're gonna see. Look at the kick coming up from Keyboy. With the way, and then of course Sanford.
The Lord knocked them off.
Exactly. But they utilized the retry far too late. You'll never see that again.
Who's to say?
You'll never see that again.
Who's to say it wasn't even a scratch? What if it was a tick-off of Molten Essence?
Maybe.
Is it that bad?
It is that bad. By the way, it very smart from Keyboy. I don't know if it was intended, but the delivery with the way of the dragon into the finality of the stun was just in sync with the skill of the Lord, which added a knockup. So essentially, he had another way to combo it.
It was a chain CC.
Exactly.
Turret has been
Filipino
destroyed.
bush. Someone's in the Filipino bush.
Oh, it's Yowie in there. Carl TZ in the middle of 4.
This might be a lockdown. Has the
Blue team
puncture.
turret has been
Gets out.
destroyed.
Just a little siege going on as Echo aren't able to micromanage the waves up top. Oh, did he spot Yowie?
Blue
Yowie
team
with the seal.
turret has
He
been
did.
destroyed.
Sand spots him out. I don't think Yowie wants to go for anything here. Meanwhile, Boots down below. They gotta be careful here.
Yeah, Filipino bush is dangerous.
Yeah.
If the opponents are aware, you're basically sandwiched. You're left in no man's land. And Yowie knew the way out. Yeah, at least, luckily, the purple buff wall was down, so he can cross right through. He wasn't punished. And here, Carl TZ is struggling to keep it.
Okay, Carl. Puncture now. Jumping on. That's Kyrie. I think got it. I believe. No, CW! So much damage. Sanji steals the rope waves, but Boots is following down. The knockup comes through. Sanford to the back. Looking for the damage, but CW has the kill. And CW! He survives 4-0. Onic looking to find match point. Benny Cutie, the only man last standing. A miracle is what he needs. Onic on the base. Keyboy with a flanker. Onic! They are building, and they have secured match point.
This is all heart. This is all conviction. Onic have come in with a mission. Echo have been pushed to their limit unlike never before.
It wasn't a clean fight at all. Onic, the reason why they look so good is because Echo was also so good. Everybody's just like Super Saiyan mode. And in that last purple buff fight, who would have thought, right? The final clash will be around the purple buff, not the Lord, not the turtle wherever, not a turret push. Purple buff. Carl TZ was so starved that he wanted to take that, but the entirety of Onic, including the Indonesian fans, was there.
Who'd have thought needing using the purple buff would be deadly. Who would have thought that it would have cost you the game?
That wasn't Che Wei. No. That was Calvin Benata.
Calvin Benata.
Say his name.
Say his name.
Name.
Put some respect on CW's name.
He had Inspire all along. And after, the fact of the matter is, he was so patient with the Inspire. I could have sworn that if you find already the enemy jungler, you would buff the Inspire, you just eliminate him. But Sanford, when he jumped, it would have been a kill. He had Inspire. He took it, and the Haskell's was quite late, you know, but it didn't matter. He had the way to deal with Sanford.
Gideon, is this the reality you were expecting? It's match point. Echo scored 0.
This is not the reality I was expecting. I was expecting the Filipino finals. You know, I love this team in Echo, but right now, Onic is in a different realm of existence. It's coming down to the wire. It's coming down to who outplays who at this final moment. It's a beautiful game of Mobile Legends, and better yet, people have been telling us this is the grand finals game. And I was thinking that, I don't know, maybe we can actually wait for the real grand finals, but I think I've changed my mind here. I really hope Echo pulls it back to make it a full 5 games. We need more of this.
We do. We really do.
Now we definitely wish there was a lower bracket, you know? This is the time where, come on, is this gonna end like this?
Not like this.
There's a battle for third.
But they're not gonna be battling for third.
Exactly. There's no
Not
achievement.
this. Not like this.
It hurts. It hurts a lot, and I was already questioning, like, man, showing Melissa so early on, and especially with the interactions that, you know, we could have expected to see. You know, they already saw the Grok in the first place. I thought maybe this could be a mistake. Yeah. I gotta remember the name Calvin Winata, and you guys should too. CW, you didn't feel his impact until it was too late in game number 1. Right here, right now, he does even more. But if it wasn't for Boots making sure that Benny QT is having an uncomfortable time, and as well as Lancelot unable to get those weave those autos in, it's tough.
What did the Lars say? First thing he said on the desk, Boots and CW, these are the 2 guys who need to perform if they want to take Echo on. And man, they're not just performing, they're stepping up.
And the guy who really stepped up, Boots, in this particular game, you have a rough idea what will happen, right? In the XPLA, we know that that's going to be out. It's going to be a nothing late, right? But the way that they contributed to the fights, and I would say Sanford, despite having a 1-5-1 score, he really did challenge Boots, and they were trying to mirror each other. Boots going into the backlines, making it impossible for the backup of Echo to come into the fight. Well, that's also true with Sanford going onto Chewe, but Boots in the end managed to find the better openings. There wasn't any minute in this game where he wasn't doing anything.
He was always on.
Exactly. Hardest working man today.
And something about that heat map that you will see in the highlights is the fact that he kept taking the role of controlling that bottom quarter. He never let it go, and he understood that that was his mission. And here you'll see, he was always looking for something from the backline. Look.
Great jump from Sanford, but then again, the way that everybody's just clumped up and you still find the right target to go onto, like utilize your Thunderclap to regain some health and then still get a kill before dying against 4. Boots is on a different level now. He's very self-aware.
Chewe.
Yep.
Oh, look at him go. Look at him go. The fact that he's target prioritizing Muddles just to shorten the cooldown for his dashes, so very, very smart. Rather than trying to maximize his damage, it's about the mobility. And then the final moment right here.
He scratched it. He scratched it.
He scratched it right at the end.
All right, at least he scratched it. I was afraid it was off of a Molten Essence stick.
Oh my god. Kautisi really, really deprived. And look at that. 4 members, including the Indonesian fans in that purple pit. Boots comes in and just cleans it up. Sanford, well done, but the Inspire was ready from Chewe, and of course, Niboy helped along the way.
Everyone was there.
Everyone was there, including what? Eterna was there. I
Gani
think
was there.
Ranger and Mas was there, probably.
Got Rashi somewhere in there.
Kaku was chilling. Wawa was there.
Wawa decided to join the party. Man, I just heard the sharpest scream in the world, and I just figured out what it is. It's both the Lar and Rippo take pictures together on the side, and by the way, on the Onic side of things. I don't know whether it's conspiracy or not, but the game ended 12 minutes, 14 seconds, 7-14. Double the kill score right at the very end.
You would think that this will be the case, especially because Echo have found a good footing in the early stages. Benikuti already won in the lane, and it was Yawi utilizing the Grog Guardian's barrier. But then again, Kyrie was also, I guess, on point when it comes to securing his own farm and the buff. Like 1, 0, and 10 eventually. Boots was phenomenal. Cherry was phenomenal. Sans in this game as well. So many good jumps. But my oh my, Keyboy. This is the reason why Dilar and everybody else was hyping this guy with a Cho. He's good.
He's really good. He's really, really good. I mean, I think Gani said it in MPL Indonesia right after Keyboy beat Evos or Alter Ego. I can't remember, but Gani pulled out his little, drawing, and he said, "Yo, Yaoi, do you miss Keyboy?" And everybody at the time was like, "What the hell?" I mean, Yaoi beat Keyboy, but now you know what Gani was on.
Man, I just can't wait for the fanfics to start coming up. BX Keyboy, like I can see the title already.
The M4 Cho skin hasn't even come out, and are we already naming a new Dewa Cho?
Dewa Cho.
Is there a new God of Cho?
Or Munton is just gonna add another chroma layer so it can be this is the M4 one, but this is also the MSC for
one.
Keyboy.
Ah, the painted skin.
Skins. Okay.
It's built in. It's there.
It's there. Let's look at the post-game stats here so far, because again, a majority of the gold stolen, all falling into the hands of Kyrie. But
right.
I think the one thing that's really setting the big difference, right? It's not even about the margin of error anymore. I think the communication from the side of Onic seems to be a little faster. I don't know what kind of latency that they're using, but it seems to be working out for them. They seem to be very aware about when we do see Kai actually go for that big taunt so that the rest of the team can immediately start pouncing to capitalize.
If you're looking at if you're watching the game and you know that and you understand the metagame so much and the way that each hero interacts with each other, you're gonna feel that it was very fast. Or maybe not fast. It's like there is no lull time. There's no dead air between these teams. Rarely do we get a chance to actually analyze because of the fact that there was so many things going on. Boots was hardest working, and you see that is the understanding of Onic.
Well, with that being said, it looks we need like a calm down, cool down a little bit more. So let's find out what Robbie and Mara's doing.
Here we are with pro players from Impunity and Evo's Legends, Hate and Dilar. Oh my God, Dilar, do you hear their cheer for you? Let me hear it again. And Dilar. Okay, wala doon. As soon as he walked in, everybody was cheering. So how are you guys enjoying the game so far?
Sobrang nag-enjoy ako kasi ito yung pinaka-inaabangan kong laban talaga sa MS.
He's really enjoying it because this is the one that he's looking forward to the most in MSC. Why?
Wow នេះគឺជាការប្រកួតមួយដែលគាត់តឹងរង់ចាំយូរមែនតើព្រោះវាពិតជាមើលទៅក្តុកក្តួលហើយគឺជាការសងសឹកមួយដ៏ខ្លាំងក្លាមែនតើឥឡូវយើងឃើញហើយលទ្ធផលទៅជាយ៉ាងណា
Why is it the most anticipated match for you?
Kasi pinaka-inaabangan ko talaga yung assassin na hero ni Kyrie.
Because he's really waiting for Kyrie's assassin heroes.
Wow គាត់ពិតជារង់ចាំនៅពេលវេលាមួយនេះជាយូរណាស់មកហើយឥឡូវនេះគាត់បានឃើញនៅផ្ទាល់ភ្នែកហើយនៅក្នុងការប្រកួតមួយនេះផងដែរ
How about you? How are you enjoying the game so far?
Nakakaba. Kasi...
You're nervous?
Wala. Basta masaya.
Okay, he's nervous and he's happy to a point that he's speechless.
ភ័យផងបុកពោះផងអានេះគឺជាអារម្មណ៍របស់គាត់នៅពេលនេះផងដែរ Okay, so now my question to you. Between Onyx and M4 champion, which team do you support?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm really curious about that because Onic eliminated your team.
Yeah,
okay?
sure.
And you used to play with Benny Cutie. You used to be teammates. So, which teams are you guys rooting for?
Siyempre kung ako, Onic ako.
Onic! You're voting for Onic even though they eliminated you?
Yeah.
They took you out?
Wow.
Kasi nakakasawa na yung Pinas versus Pinas sa Grand Final eh. Gusto ko makita yung Indo versus Pinas sa Grand Final.
Maraming magagalit na Pinoy dito because he's saying that he's used to seeing Philippines versus Philippines. So he wants to see this time Philippines versus Indonesia for the grand finals.
Okay អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាគាត់បានឃើញហើយថាប្រទេសហ្វីលីពីនធ្លាប់បានជួបជាមួយនឹងប្រទេសហ្វីលីពីនគ្នាឯងប៉ុន្តែឥឡូវនេះអ្វីដែលគាត់រងចាំយកគឺហ្វីលីពីនជួបជាមួយនឹងឥណ្ឌូនេស្យាថាតើនឹងទៅជាយ៉ាងណានៅពេលដែលប្រទេសទាំងពីរនេះជួបគ្នា
How about for you? Who are you rooting for?
it's, I mean, either who will win this match.
No, you have to say
I mean,
who. Is
both
it
of them.
both of them?
And any, because my teammate before, my coach before is in Onic, and my teammate before is in Echo, Benny Cutie. Is it any of them?
Any of them, because he used to be teammates with Benny Cutie from Echo, and both of them actually were from Onic, Philippines. So he really can't decide right now. So any of them is fine for him.
វាពិតជាពិបាកមែនទែននៅក្នុងការសម្រេចចិត្តថាយកមួយណាព្រោះឯពីរនឹងគឺល្អទាំងអស់គ្នាអញ្ចឹងគាត់ថាមួយណាក៏បានដែរទាំងពីរក៏រត់តែល្អដែរបាទ Okay, so Hatrid is now playing for the impunity in Khmer. So is there any journey in here, and can you speak Khmer a little bit, even a word, so that the fan here would say something about you? We want to know that. We want to hear it from you.
What's the word?
What's the word?
What's the word? Think about it.
I know a word. Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Oh, hello.
Tuesday bong.
What else do you know?
I think it's just two words, Tuesday Bong and Akon Charan.
Wow, Tuesday bong ទាំងអស់គ្នាគឺជាពាក្យដែលគាត់ចេះបាទ
What does that mean?
Thank you and hello.
Hello bong and thank you.
And hello. Very, very polite.
Or something.
Oh, you know something? Okay. Delart, Papa Sigat. Go ahead.
Bong Soroline on.
ណែតាមពិតអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាអ្នកបោះព្រីយ៉ុងខាងនេះ
Translate. What does it mean in English?
I don't know that. I don't know that word.
You're the one who's from here.
Can you translate it for me?
Translate it for
He
him.
said that Bong Soroline on meaning that I love you.
It means I love you. Can you say it again because the girls love it? Say it again one more time.
Say it.
Bong Soroline on.
They're going crazy. Now, you were saying that, you know, you're part of Onic. You were teammates before with Kyrie and Coach Sheb. I see pictures of you guys. You guys still hang out. And how's the relationship? Did anything change?
Wala naman nagbago, ganun pa rin, pamilya pa rin kami.
Oh, he's saying nothing has changed ever since they were teammates because they're still family, even up to now, even though they're not teammates anymore.
អូខេទោះបីជាពួកគាត់មិនមែនជាធ្វើការនៅក្នុងក្រុមជាមួយគ្នាក៏ដោយប៉ុន្តែពួកគាត់គឺជា family មានន័យថាជាគ្រួសារតែមួយផងដែរដូចនេះហើយគ្មានអីដែលអាចផ្លាស់ប្ដូរពួកគាត់បានទេបាទ
Okay, well, he's residing in Indonesia. You're residing here. Since they came to Cambodia, how is the hangout so far? Do you miss Coach Yap? Do you miss Kyrie?
Yeah, I miss them. I miss them so much. But I mean, it did not change anything because we were talking like video call.
Oh, you're always video calling,
Yeah,
so
and-
nothing has changed.
Yeah, we have group chat. We're talking if we are free.
Oh, okay, you're still talking. What about Benny Cutie? Do you still talk to Benny Cutie?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
អូខេពួកគាត់នៅតែមានការទំនាក់ទំនងគ្នារវាងគ្នានឹងគ្នាព្រោះដោយសារតែគាត់មាន group chat ក៏ដូចជាគាត់មាន video call នៅក្នុងការនិយាយគ្នាអញ្ចឹងហើយទោះបីជានៅដល់ឯណាក៏ដោយក៏គាត់នៅតែមានភាពស្និទ្ធស្នាលរវាងគ្នានឹងគ្នាដូចគ្នាដែរបាទ
Okay, as pro players, everybody thought that Echo was going to be dominant because they eliminated Onic during the World Championship. But this time around, it's 2-0. Onic is the one dominating. So if you were to put your shoes, and you know Benny Cutie, with Echo's position right now, how much pressure do you think that is for them? Because a lot is expected from them, and they're the ones that hasn't had a win for even one game for this matchup.
Tingin ko yung Echo, sanay na sila. Kasi nung time na natalo sila sa blacklist, alam na nila kung paano bumawi. Ganun. Tsaka professional player sila, alam nila kung gaano, ayun, yung mental nila, ganun.
And he's saying that Echo is doing just fine because they're professional players. They know exactly how to bounce back. They learned even from blacklist, and they know this mental game that's happening right now.
អូខេគាត់បានលើកឡើងថាតាក់ទងជាមួយនឹង Echo ទោះបីជាយ៉ាងណាក៏ដោយគាត់ដឹងថា Echo នឹងលេងបានល្អហើយទោះបីជាមានរឿងអីកើតឡើងក៏ដោយពួកគាត់នៅតែធ្វើការគ្រប់គ្រងទៅដល់ក្រុមទាំងអស់គ្នានឹងផងដែរបាទ
All right, if we can big up Echo for Benny Cutie, what is your message for him? And then you're going to big up Onic. What is your message to them?
The fan
you
are
go
looking
first,
for that.
Tate. Big it up. Okay, what's your message for Benny Cutie? And if you're gonna be, parang ipagmamalaki mo yung Echo.
good luck sa inyo. Kaya niyo pa yan. Paabutin niyo game 5 para maganda yung laban.
Good luck to Echo. You can do it. You can reach game 5. So it's gonna be an even, intense match. It's gonna be a beautiful match.
គាត់ជូនពរទៅដល់ Echo ក្នុងការទទួលបាននូវសំណាងល្អនៅក្នុងការប្រកួតនៅវគ្គក្រោយនេះផងដែរបាទព្រោះយើងឃើញថាវាពិតជាក្តុកក្តួលមែនតើព្រោះអីឥឡូវនេះគឺ Onic ទទួលបាន2ហើយប៉ុន្តែ Echo មិនទាន់បានទទួលបាននៅពិន្ទុទេបាទ
Okay, what is your message to Kyrie, Coach Yeb, to the entire Onic?
To Kyrie and Coach Yeb, yeah, good luck. And to Kyrie, I'm so proud of you. Yeah. Kahit sobrang layo na narating mo, sobrang proud ako sa'yo. Ganon. Tapos, galingan nila, yung Onic, galingan lang nila. Simangat bang.
His message to Kyrie is that he's reached so far. He's done so well. He's so proud of him. And he's telling Onic that they can do such a good job. And did you say something in Bahasa? At the end?
Simangat bang.
What does that mean?
Keep spirit.
Keep the spirit.
គាត់បានផ្ដាំទៅដល់ក្រុមថាអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាបានធ្វើល្អខ្លាំងមែនទែនតាំងពីដើមរហូតមកដល់ពេលនេះហើយដូច្នេះហើយសូមបន្តការធ្វើល្អនេះក៏ដូចជាការលេងឲ្យបានល្អកាន់តែខ្លាំងម្ដងទៀតហើយជាអ្វីដែលជាពិសេសនោះគឺការធ្វើការងារសហការជាក្រុមនេះតែម្ដងគឺធ្វើឲ្យយើងទទួលបានជោគជ័យនៅក្នុងថ្ងៃជាពេលចុងក្រោយបំផុតរបស់
Now, is this going to be a sweep or will Echo bounce back? That's what we're going to find out. So we're going to head back to our casters to take us and see the world.
And now, this could be it. Match point for Onic as Echo looking to recuperate from the damage received in Game 1 and as well as Game 2. And we were having a bit of a discussion here and would like to bring that up. You know, it's a simple children's game, but RPS has a lot of complexities.
Yeah, there was. I can see that. I was actually reading through the timeline and a lot of like analysts in the Philippines say that there's a lot of like micro engagements that both of these teams are doing, and thank you so much to all of the viewers out there. 2.1 million.
We can do better. We can do better. I believe with this matchup, everybody at home, you guys can share it to everyone you know, and we can get to 3.5 by today.
Take it to game 4.
Exactly.
We're breaking records.
Take it to Game 4, then it is.
Yep.
We're looking to hit 3.5, but to all the 2 million concurrent viewers, thank you so much for helping us hit our PCU record this time round. But let's get back into business, as you were saying. Well,
Yeah, as I was saying, there was a lot of like micro engagements that are happening, outplays against outplays, and I think that will only happen if there will be two teams who are equally matched when it comes to skills and knowledge, and they're trying to outplay each other. The reason why we're given this good of a match, it's not because like somebody like having like a a good outplay whatsoever, or maybe something like a lucky shot. This is two teams really trying so hard, winning with the knowledge that they have.
it's looking for different avenues, right? I mean, they know their fundamentals. Everybody knows the macro, but at the end of the day, it's about where's that, like Leo likes to mention, the ceiling.
There are no mistakes in these games. They're playing
I think so. I agree.
They're playing at the peak of MLBB. If you're looking for the best
Agree.
right now that the sport can provide you, watch these games. And again, the fact that they end at 12 minutes, 15 minutes doesn't tell you the whole story.
Do you feel like 12 minutes at all?
The last one was 12 minutes. So, man,
Wow.
What's causing these losses from Echo right now are not the fact that they're not doing their best.
Yep.
I think it's just Onic can find a way to min-max what's being provided and what's being let out. So now it's up to Echo. It's their turn, right? It's their turn. They've introduced us to the Echo Express. They've introduced us to the Echo system in season 11.
Yep.
What's left in the playbook?
There is the saying, the contemporary saying in the Philippines in the professional matches, where it's like that they are just making the documentary look good.
Season 3.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. Very,
All right.
very entertaining.
So the producers and all the big wigs in the suits are now watching our show. They're like, if this doesn't make money now, we're cutting you off.
That's one way of looking at it, to be fair. But honestly, I like the fact that you mentioned that, yes, they made 12 minutes feel like a lifetime here. Generations upon generations will remember these matches because these are the two teams that are looking to not only, I outsmart and outwit each other, but truly out-micro their opponents, which is very different when you compare them to a team like Blacklist, who's playing reserved, discipline, decision-making, and then team fighting at crucial moments. But it's time here. Match point for Onic. One more game, and we'll see who is going to be moving on to the next stage, or whether Echo can look to pull longer. It's time to draft.
Echo has the choice here. They've lost last game, so now they can say, I want to stay red, or I want to go red, and indeed they do. Here's a switch up.
Look at Onic's bands.
They did switch up this time. I think that it's more about them denying the red side from Onic than it is them liking the red side. Although they are very adept at the red side, I think that just knowing Coach Chip, he really prefers this kind of that side, right? I think that Mirko can agree. Onic really likes that because they really take full advantage of that last pick.
Yeah, I mean, I think for both of these sides, Onic really enjoy going blue or red. But I agree, red side gives them a little bit more to play with when it comes down to utilizing those flex picks and making their opponents think all the way to the final pick.
Hey, wait, I thought this was going to be blitz bans and blitz picks, but no, I think Echo have slowed it down. Coach Tic Tac is really making sure that he's walking through the entire thought process with the rest of his team so everybody's on the same page. The way that I look at it, Joy is looking like a real hot pick right now.
Joy is just a strong hero for both teams. Boots as well as Sanford can definitely utilize that. It can be flexed. I think that given in the right hands, an OP hero will be like 10 times more valuable in this scenario. So I think, yeah, let's go. Joy is there.
So they go Joy here.
He could Joy there.
I mean, he could. He could definitely go Joy anywhere he wants.
They have Joy, they use Joy in Indonesia. There she is.
The Cambodian favorite, the Joy, is going to be picked up here by Onic as first pick. Echo respond instantly, though, with a Valentina. Okay. A Fredrin. For Carl.
It's a worthy trade.
This is a winning M4 formula, the Fredrin first pick for Echo.
I think so. I think now it's really coming down to like how do you get your comfort picks, especially when you're pushed into this corner, right? Again, reduce that margin of error.
No, they still pick up the Kadira. Maybe they pick up a marksman here, somewhere along the lines of
Claude,
perhaps, or maybe a Nakai earlier on for Onic. Since there's already the Frederick from the side of Echo.
Wait, Lancelot is up. It's open.
It is open.
Lancelot's free.
Do they want it though? 4 more seconds. The decision is going to be made right here. They're going to be locking in.
Yeah, I think I do feel like Melissa. Okay, they will go back to the Melissa. Echo, I wonder if they are interested for the Franco. The benefit that you get out of Franco is that you have a lockdown for the Joy. You always want to have some way to lock down the Joy, especially because they themselves have banned out the glue.
Yeah, they need it sooner rather than later, you know? There we go. They've already locked it in. So again, thinking ahead of time, let's get into the second phase. This is where it's going to get really spicy. Onic, they can focus down on many QD's picks if they really, really wanted to. They can also start looking at maybe limiting 1 or 2, maybe one jungle option, just to kind of make sure that the Fredrin stays in the jungle.
That's the benefit of picking up the Melissa very early for Onic. They really don't care as much about the matchup. Maybe, especially because the Valentina's already been shown. This means that they can really just, reduce the amount of marksmen available for Echo in the second set of bans.
And we can even see the response from Echo, right? They're focusing down on making sure that Kyrie isn't going to get his signature picks in the jungle, right? Making sure that these assassins aren't going to hurt Benny's side, knowing where Onic is going to target their bans.
Dexter,
there we go, caught. Yeah, so now we've got a very clear lead of the mindsets of the teams.
That's right. Bitrix next then, right? They want to give the same matchup to CW. They want to either force CW or force Benny on Carrie, Brody, or Harith. Yeah.
Well, let's have a look here. Sky's the limit.
Skyrie.
Skyrie, I like that a lot. Skyrie has 7 unique heroes used in MSC, claiming the top spot using utility and assassin junglers. He's currently tied with D7 and Dreams, both which are roamers.
Oh, it's the Brock band, so it's not the Bitrix.
No, it's not the Beatrix. They are okay with the Beatrix, maybe because they have the Joy anyways.
And the Kadira.
And the Kadira, you're correct.
So there's so much going for Benny anyways. So they'll save him for last. They'll try to make sure that he's okay going into the early to mid, that he can scale up, and they'll give Sanford discomfort. Is this what happens now? Is this Echo just reverting, defaulting to comfort so that they can fight for game 4?
I mean, to be fair, yes, this is a comfort, but let's also recognize that, like, somebody needed to attack Melissa from the get away from me, right? And Rock is a very simple way of doing it. Lapu, margin of error is still there, but we're talking about Sanford here. He has won a world championship with this hero.
I agree. I will not be surprised if this is something like an aim on from Onic. No, they go Lance. Okay, they're looking for a roamer or maybe a damage dealer. Farsamena Bito Varya is there. Or Kagura perhaps? Chronic.
So
Wow.
they just want to be able to stop dashes. They want to be able to engage, and they give the Beatrix over. Very, very interesting.
Onic is looking to end the way they started, off of Keyboy's Kufra.
And I don't know. I'm very nervous, and I'm not the Indonesian on this table. This is going to be quite the game here, potentially a game-winning one for Onic, but Echo, they're going to have to fight tooth and nail, all of which are going to be signature picks, comfort heroes, as we will slowly be moving in towards that game. Leo, I think I'll pass it to you. You take it from here.
Gentlemen, this is now or never. Echo has to present a threat, or else Onic moves on. For the first time in a while, we have Manford sitting down. He's usually dancing around. He has been humbled.
Oof. And for good reason. Onic, the way that they won in the first 2 games, you would definitely believe that they are the best in this tournament. Why? Because it was Echo that they defeated. And it wasn't Echo just making mistakes whatsoever. It was Echo fighting in the same degree as Onic. There's so much decisiveness between these 2 teams, but Onic won 2 games.
And now, this could be the last. Onic here, just helping Kairi start off that orange while it's Carl Teasy mirroring.
Well, both of the mid laners are having a bit of fun. You know, we spoke about the Sansan duo. Turns out we have our own Sansan matchup in the mid lane.
Across the seas.
Across the seas.
Or the river here. Keyboy spots Yaoi. There was a sent an attempt. There's a jump.
Good jump boots as well. Oh, forcing a flicker very early on from Yaoi.
It's definitely a bad decision from Yaoi. The fact that they don't have the flicker for the first turtle fight, that's massive.
Yep, that's 102 seconds that Yaoi has to wait, given the adjustments to pull yourself together. But should be enough time, given that he might not even have the bloody hunt when time comes.
Okay, the Joy is a problem here, and I really like the duel between Sans and Sanji. The way that they're also look at that micro play coming out from Sanji. He held on to the minion, so that it will not be as fast, and Sans his lane will be frozen a little bit.
Yep. And Sanji's continuing, right? For that matter. Now here's a duel once more. Carl Teasy and Kairi, they let go.
Yeah. Little Wanderer going into Arteezy, every single thing matters in this particular game and in this particular matchup between Arteezy and Kairi. And just a Little Wanderer can spell a massive difference between 2 junglers.
Yep, it allows Arteezy to reposition. Again, there's that movement speed buff along the river, that main artery that draws from corner to corner. Now Turtle has spawned. Boots here at half health. I'm wondering if he's ready to come through. And now both junglers are on the scene.
Kai on the Lancelot. This time Sanford looking to use the Bravest Fighter. He's looking for stun right now, and that's going to be a free Turtle over to Carl Teasy. Rhythm popped in. That's going to be the Bloody Hunt as well. Locking Keyboy down, but he fires a 3-man. That's a vengeance, and that's the combo with the Petrify. Carl Teasy able to sustain by now, but Boots finds the first blood on the back line. Carl looking for the trade. Kairi 1 HP, but Keyboy and Sans proves to be too much for him to handle. Finally, we get a good trade back. Echo is able to take Boots down, but the kill was only for Yaoi.
Oh, okay. I thought that was Echo getting the kill, but the fact that they got the turtle, that's what's more important here. You can already see why the Valentina is favored to go up against the Joy, not only because of the ultimate that they can steal, but also because of the damage of the Shadow Strike. Once you lock down the Joy, it's not going to be a free pass to the backlines. That's why Boots, by getting the kill, still received a lot of damage. Overall, Echo wins the first turtle fight.
And this is already a great change. If we're expecting to go to game 4, maybe even 5, Echo have to start changing up this dynamic with the turtle. Oh!
Carl gonna be caught by the rough waves, and Sans picks up the kill. Did Kyrie steal his purple buff?
Let me see. We'll never know unless...
Now we... Oh! Sans! He's able to escape the... Oh, it's a red attack, not enough! It's not enough to kill Sans! Beautiful oddity. The ocean oddity to get out of range.
Back-to-back unfortunate events up top. Boots gets away as well.
And 15% reduction in the damage under the outer turret. Energy shields, Yaoi with selection to Kyrie. Man, they don't stop.
They don't stop. They want to keep on going. And CW hits onto the turret, getting a bit of gold himself.
Oh, Onic really... Oh, I mean, Echo... You would think that they already have the lead, but Onic will always find an opening. And the fact that they found a kill onto Kaltisi, that was so weird to see because we didn't see the build-up on how they were put in that position. What matters is Onic took out Kaltisi, and that's a massive dent. You can see Kyrie already level 7.
And Carty's just about to get there, right? Another jump, catches one and a hook.
Bloody Hunt as well. Brave Spider also used up. Two big ultimates used up, but Keyboy will fall. Echo have a man advantage. Kyrie, one level lead. Carl gonna be able to find that level 2 as well. Level 7. Sans jumping back in. Kyrie with retribution, but it's Carl. The goal finds it. Rough waves over to Sanji. Is Sans gonna be caught? The abrasive right. Oh, Carl! What? He different direction. Now it's gonna be Kyrie jumping to the back, looking for the kill. But he has to be careful here. Sanji does some damage, and Kai ends up getting caught.
Oh, that's deja vu. I think that's what happened, Wolf. Earlier when Kaltisi fell, it was just Onic collapsing on him. This time around, they catch the one. They catch Kyrie.
Very important. And Kyrie, just very questionable that he went for that play, specifically because he knew that there were 4 people in there. They already got away. With Sans surviving, that could have been a massive, that could have been a getaway for Onic, but it didn't. And it now puts the tempo to Echo 1.4K. God.
That's a solid lead, especially how close this game is, 2-3. In 5 minutes, there's a hook!
Oh, Keyboy cancels it though. Now not fully in range. Jumping in, the Venice Rage still finding smart. Rough waves popped in onto Yaoi, but the conceal is there. Echo playing it clean with their pickoff strat.
And now in mid, once more, these 2 junglers, these 2 young prodigies going in, champions in their own right. What all this action is buying in the mid and in the lower part of the maps are a dead lane once more. It's like that Mash at the Rizla matchup, but yeah, it's just the Lapu Lapu and the Joy waiting to rotate. They don't want to see each other in that lane.
It kind of gives a lot of advantage to Benny Curie. Well, just as we say that
we saw it there.
We saw it. You have the Blade of Disc priority available for Benny Curie. Now it's the time. 6 minutes and you have an engage comp from Echo. You do have a way to pick off, but generally speaking, you want to engage with this Frederick and this Beatrix, Valentina to top it all off. You have the power spike now, Echo, and Onic, they have not built enough for them to defend against Echo, unless, of course, Keyboy finds a massive ultimate.
Oh, but he's the one who's found.
Keyboy canceled out. Keyboy canceled the hook with the tough boots and the Tyrant's Revenge. Perfectly timed now. Sanford has the ultimate back up. Kyrie's looking for the steal. Let's see if he's able to make this work. Carl versus Kyrie. Kyrie pops the Phantom Execution a little bit too late. Conceal play. Echo's able to escape. Kaltisi secures the turtle. 3-0 in the bottom lane. Sanford 1v1 against CW right now is going to be able to dash out, but it's not going to be enough. The flicker comes through. Sanford with a solo kill.
The Apex Predator finds one. And up top, Boots, it's 3 on him.
He's going to be slain as well. Benny picks up the kill. Echo side laners are online in game number 3.
Oh, okay. Gonna be very bad for Onic. Not only did they lose the turtle, might have gotten away with Keyboy, but the fact that they lost the kill onto the bottom lane, and they also will lose the turret up top. It's just the map that will be bleeding red this time.
About 10 seconds until the purple. And the Lord, and no! They take down Sans once more. He couldn't even respond. This is going to allow Echo to push the tempo. Again, I think up next on the docket, that mid lane, so that the Lord coming in a minute will be as free as it gets.
Boots is going to be sandwiched here. Not a good position to be at right now. The hook, oh, it barely connects. Boots just barely out of range as Benny Cutie and Sanji just goes ham onto the tier 2 turret up top, sneaking it down, clearing out the mini waves, and takes it down.
Oh, look at Kyrie stealing that orange.
Yep.
Never a dull moment. He's always up too.
Ooh.
These hooks have been just like a
TP out?
pixel away.
Coliseum.
Okay. I didn't know. And when Carl TC goes back, he will be surprised that there's no orange buff there.
Could have sworn. Sworn left it here.
We just have cooldown.
But there's a massive difference now between the gold laners. That's going to be Blade of Despair incoming, Malefic Roar perhaps onto Bencutie. Or maybe might prioritize the Hunter Strike afterwards. Still, Chewe is a critical mass. I feel that at 8 minutes, the first Lord of the fight, Echo, is still in a mountain ahead of Onic.
Yep, for the first time in this series, it's Echo who's calling the shots. Echo in the driver's seat. 4.5k ahead, about 9 minutes in. Carl TZ holds the Lord. Yaoi controlling his pixel brush. Oh, this is T-Boy. Look at the angle that Sans has.
Yeah, still gonna be Kyrie jumping in now. Bloody Hunt, no! It gets knocked up, it gets cancelled by the Lord! Keyboy finds Benny, but there's no one to follow it up. Keyboy now backing up Sanford, finding the stun. Now with Brave Spider. CW's gonna be caught right now as the backline's gonna be turning down as the flicker, but go away! CW is able to dish out so much damage, peeling away. Sanford's low, Kyrie looking for him. He finds a Thorn Rose, but in the back, it's still Echo winning in this fight. CW putting the models down again, but Kyrie should fall here to Sanji. That's the Riders, Kyrie! Sanji takes him out at the killing spree, and Echo are in full control in game number 3.
A 4-for-1 with Echo converting into the first Lord of the game. No denying the mechanics on every single player in this bout is on a whole nother level. But again, against two heavy hitting core heroes, the one could not get away.
That one could not get away. Unbelievable fight coming out from Onic. I thought for sure that they didn't stand a chance against Echo. I thought that if they do fight against Echo, they will just
no
be
way. This
out.
is a stat. No way.
Average. Okay.
Our league operators
Okay.
work hard.
They really do.
They really do.
TPM. So average TPM was how much? 6?
Yeah.
I don't.
If I'm
I
not
don't
mistaken,
believe that.
Sanji's ahead.
I don't believe that.
All right, Sans got to step up his game, man. His CPMs are looking real low this game.
Because Sanji's been dying a little bit more in the series compared to the rest of MSC. So that's why Sanji's on the up and up here.
Okay. Interesting point, for sure. Okay. Kyrie went for the Thunderbelt, by the way. It's not the Molten Essence into the War Axe greedy build that UC Carl TZ have used.
Oh, nice Petrify there to cancel it out for the flicker. Yeah, we're going to be engaged on Tyrant's Rage. Popped in, CW with the go away right now, but the sun connects onto the back line. CW is going to fall. Who's the once again prevails in this team fight, saving his team. Tier 2 in the mid lane falling.
Top lane, Lord's gonna swing away at it. 3 defenders from Onic here. Huge trade coming in. Echo 7k ahead. They're outgunning and outmanning Echo. Still here. And now they take that inhibitor. Can they go for the finish?
6 seconds. Sanford with the Raven Spider still has it right now. Is asking the retribution coming in. Keyboy jumping in as well. The Terrified not going to be able to kill Kyrie right now. Is asking the respawn timers coming down. Onic, we're going to fight. Who's jumping back in onto the base of it all? With the rhythm. Is it enough? No!
Punish coming in from Onic. Definitely not endable quite yet. Echo, the gold lead has shrunken down to 4k. And we'll see once more how deep Echo was and how sure they were that they could finish.
Back-to-back plays coming out from Keyboy, catching the entirety of Echo that's pushing in there. You can see the jump. Then Boots, after the flicker coming out from Benikuti, which wasn't the maximum range, was able to catch up. That Keyboy with the flicker so that he can thread the needle. You have Chewe dealing the damage already, and that was some great punish coming out from Onic. Still, they are way behind. The debt is still pretty high. But Onic, that's still an important swing back.
Mere moments ago, we could have sworn Echo was going to end it. And now, just as quickly as we analyze that replay, Onic are back. And they are taking away buffs from Carl TZ. It's a quarter of a minute left until this Lord spawns. This is going to be Luminous Lord. If Echo gets this, again, back to the aggression, back to the tempo. If Onic gets it, we're back to 50-50. Hell, maybe Onic can even end, given how fast they've recovered.
Still the fact remains, Echo, they have an economic advantage. They will be the one first to get into Lord Kyrie.
Gonna turn.
He opens it up for his team. Yaoi's gonna spot it out. Sanford with the famous fighter defensively right now. Ski boy! He's able to find Benny! He found Benny in the defensive fire! The collapse! Onic, they disregard the Lord! They go for the fight! Kyrie in the midst of it all right now. With the fans of execution. That's how that was plays down. But look at CW who's gonna be able to bring it in the back. Boots also with the rhythm. Lord slain. Still, it's Echo on the board with the objective. But is it worth for Onic?
They lost Benny. But that is a Luminous Lord marching up top.
The fact that Echo didn't lose any more hero after Benny Cutie, that's actually the good play that they did. It was Keyboy just finding the perfect target and the combo was there. Onic did not lose any of their heroes. Echo did also not lose anyone after Benny Cutie. That's why they will be able to defend still. I think it's worth it. All things considered, Echo will still be on the driver's seat.
Well, one thing, they've denied the enhanced wave, but wait, Onic showing a little bit of teeth here. Doing more than just taking down the Lord. There's a fat wave in mid that was brought in by Echo, but Onic standing their ground. No dice here.
Gonna be waiting for Benny Cutie to be ready once again. When it comes to the battle spells, that is what you'll have to count now if there will be a next Lord fight. Gonna be Yaoi and Sanford ready at it for Onic. If they timed the flicker of Echo well, they know that they can actually fight now if they do find an opening.
Oh, pulling out the orange, delaying the motions that Onic are looking for. They want to give it to Chenwei, so they're going to be set up for a faster clear, a better engage in case they find it. Because again, these team fights, they come out of nowhere. And that's just how good Onic are, how connected they are, the synergy between them. One sneaky, one ski boy says, I have the jump. Let's go. That's what's happening so far. And how many times have we seen the mechanics defied? The hooks, the bloody hunts canceled. Those pickoffs, they're key, but Onic doesn't know exactly how to stop them in their tracks.
Speaking of mechanics, like shout out Sanford here. The way that he's managing against Melissa is actually so well. Chenwei already knows how to deal with the Lapu-Lapu. He knows how to use the go away. But Sanford knows that his bravest fighter does the big sword that he has when he pops it. He can actually hit Melissa even with the go away. Just because of the length and the
anti-CC.
The anti-CC that you also have with it, the bravest fighter. So he actually plays it well. The reason why he wasn't able to defeat or to fend off the attack onto Benny Cutie was that he utilized the Bravest Warrior onto Kyrie instead, and Kyrie dodged it. Or maybe it was Keyboy, or maybe it was Sans, I mean. But the rest is... The thing that I want to say here is that Sanford is going to be playing an important role as much as Yabu would, and Sanford needs to find Chenwei. Nobody else can.
And it seems like whoever pulls the trigger first and does so at the right target. It is not just about finding the right angle anymore, because that's how good these teams are. Will spell defeat or victory if Echo can even mount a comeback. Here's another Lord pulled over. Echo's side, Carl Deasy, less than half health here. No one home for the hooks.
What is that reaction time? He had to react to that one. Yaoi now. Kyrie's baiting the bloody hunt. They want to go for a top lane where they clear it out. Carl Deasy on it. That's a flicker to the bloody hunt. Calm them together. Penetrates as well, but Penetrate finds Yaoi. Moves to the back line now. Jumping with the back. Just Benny! It's going to fall. No, he's still able to survive in the back line. Meanwhile, Sanford falls. Yaoi as well. Onic, they win a team fight. Echo get the Lord.
Second time in a row this is happening. Echo gained. But wait.
What?
What's he doing?
Whoa. No, be careful.
Wait,
he has a flicker. Watch him.
Penny? Beauty. Oh, one more shot. He's taking forward. Oh, Benny! Now, able to sustain back up, but Kyrie falls. Kyrie comes through. Takes Benny out. Keyboy and Kyrie now managing the wave. CW was taken out. Carl Teasy is looking to play with the sword.
That was uncharacteristic.
Uncharacteristic. A hero play from Benny.
Uncanny.
Rarely happens.
Odd. I'm perplexed. What's going on? There's a jump.
Keyboy with the Stars Revenge. That's Boots buying the winner truncheon right now as he jumps into the back line. Sanji's going to fall right now with the rhythm. And Sanj with the oddity. Carl Teasy in the midst of it all. Yaoi with a concealed play. He's looking for a challenge, but he plays the scratch. Connects. Boots is going to be connected down with a bloody hunt. Knockouts it away. Boots! He finds the winner! He finds the winner! Moving forward with the bravest fighter. No one dead. Keyboy backs away. Kyrie in the mid. Dodging away from the stun right now with the Iron Hook connects. Now, Kyrie, does he fall? He dashes away. What is this game? What?
series. We've had the camera up top for a good 2 minutes, and it all led to trades left and right. Could have sworn the Lord was going to march in and was going to cross the river. But the way that Echo and Onic are putting everything out for all of us to enjoy.
It all started with Benikudi making a weird play through the long bush.
Weird
gets
but
out,
effective.
going gets out the boots.
Weird's a word.
What is happening? And then, even after Benikudi died afterwards, Chewe also died.
He found him.
Almost everybody died. Kyrie got away with a sliver of health. Sanford died before the fight, then respawned. That was how long it was. And still nobody won.
It's all about the moments. I think
goodness.
there's so many moments in this game. Literally, there are individual moments, team moments, everything put out.
That was a macro trade. I think the best case scenario that Echo were going for, they were still the aggressors in that moment, was Benny was going to trade for CW, maybe take Boots and Sands out on the way, and then Sanford, Carl Teasy, and Yawi would come through, just escort the Lord. I think that's what they were going for in the long run, in the long haul. But Onic wasn't going to let it go through. It wasn't going to be that easy. And now 20 seconds away from this, I've lost count, fourth Lord of the game. It's fourth Lord of the game, and this time around, can confirm it is evolved.
It is.
So now team fights are going to hurt more, especially as they walk with the Lord.
Nobody's leading when it comes to the economy at this point.
Back to even.
Back to even. But Echo, a little bit of a minion wave management advantage up top just because of the fact that they have taken out the inhibitor. That means that it kind of favors them because it's kind of beside the Lord.
Yep.
Lord Pit.
They sent Boots to take care of the long lane.
Yep.
And Echo's dispersing. They're looking for a play. I think this is as honest as the bush gets.
Yep.
They know that Kyrie likes that angle.
Yep.
Conceal right now from Keyboy. He spawns Sanji out. Now with the Tarnish Revenge, he's looking for the play in the back. But he finds Yaoi. Just Yaoi right now. They all collapse in the back. But CW's going to be able to escape from Sanji, who does the damage. Now flickering on the CW. But CW with a nature. He buys some time. Sanji with the magic damage. He's able to buy some time as well. Going for the damage again. Keyboy. His immortality's going to fall. Renner's apathy not connecting. Boots will fall. Goes Betty flicker forward. 3, 4, 2. Keyboy Kyrie versus the likes of Benny, Sanji, and Carl. Kyrie with a puncture and a Thorn Rose. Benny Cutie does more damage. They won't go for the Lord. They want to go for the end.
These are TikTok timers. Wolf, what's the math like? Can they do this?
This is going to be very difficult.
Let's see. That's Kyrie once again with a Phantom Execution. That's Keyboy with the counter bench and the raid. Keyboy saves the day for Onic, for Indonesia. Charges up again. We have a game on our hands.
It's so easy to say. It's so easy to say Echo should have just gone for the Lord. They should have blitzed it. But nobody expects Keyboy to be this on point so consistently, game after game after game.
You asked me after the math. All they had to do is wait for 10 more seconds. Keyboy bought that. He wasn't in the vision. Kantisi finally looks at that, and then Keyboy connects with it. Nobody was there to scout out where Keyboy was. He's out of vision. Kantisi, when he found out that Keyboy was charging, it was far too late.
Sands is dead. Sands is dead. Benny's dead from the last fight earlier. Onic want to push the pace now. Sanji boots all the way in the back. Bong presses the winner cruncher. Is able to survive. Switches it out for the immortality. Pumps the vengeance as well. One more hit. It's not going to be enough. Kyrie now onto Sanji. He's using the puncture stacks. He's using a little bit of damage, but the stun connects onto him. Carl TZ is looking for the retribution. Kyrie is too as well. Onic needs this to stay in this game longer. That's the hook, but it's only on the Keyboy. He's going to be able to take that damage right now. Kyrie versus Carl. Going with the puncture, with a Phantom Execution, and that's going to be Carl Teasy. A 4-man Lord knocks up, but Keyboy falls. Kyrie's going to follow next as he follows through. Puncture away once again. If he's able to escape from this one, I don't know what happens next. Kyrie buys the immortality. He goes for the Phantom Execution. The Thorn rolls in. Every international, he does this. Benny with the dash forward. Yaoi, he wants to go for it. There's no way you survive this guy. There's no way. The blood hand comes down, but Sands! Echo! Sanford with the stun. Kyrie's still alive. Now with the immortality, buys a winner clutch him. He's not going to be in time as Carl times it perfectly. CW still able to pace it down. They're looking for the end here. Can Echo do it?
3 for 1. 3 defenders. 1 down for Echo. There's the Lord. This is all in. Echo have to play this right. Oh, they're skittish. They want to take their time.
No way, no way, no way! Leo, Wolf, what is this game?
We asked for it.
We did.
Kyrie, that's impossible.
That's the reason they call him the one.
He's the one.
Only he can do this.
He is the one.
God.
He looked into the Matrix, downloaded the schematics, survived, took Benny on the way out.
He still got it, but then again, Sanford, I would say though, Sanford really is playing this game so well. It's also the reason why Kyrie eventually died there. Cartesi found the opening.
These guys are gonna make me lose my voice before the grand finals, man.
And it's just game 3.
I'm all here for it, man. Give me a best of 5. We need to see this go longer.
Or maybe 60-minute game like this. I'll equally accept that.
For the first time in about 5 minutes, Onic are now looking for another play. They're able to secure a buff here, and they're now juggling items once more. We've seen Kyrie adjust, bought the Endless Battle, bought the War Axe. He now knows that without the immortality, for at least a few more seconds, there's a jump.
Revenge and the Rage onto Yaoi right now as the full collapse. Penetrate, able to connect all the 3 members, but Sans is able to use the rough waves right now. Sanford goes for the front of the back line. Kyrie falls, but Boots is running down. Benny's gonna fall as well. Sanji in the back doing the same thing to CW. That's a 1 for 2. Onic losing in this trade. Boots, Keyboy, and Sans this time around. Keyboy's gonna be able to flicker out of the Appraiser's wrath. Echo, 1.3k gold lead. They can't even end anymore. No, they don't have Benny.
They don't have Benny.
The economy of the gold doesn't matter. It's more about the economy of actions.
Exactly.
It's the opportunity cost. When you rotate a certain way, when you flicker a certain way, you know that your opponents are keeping tabs. And here, this buff wasn't even going to go to Onic anymore. Echo knows that they've cordoned off Onic, especially after taking down Kyrie and CW. This could have been the dream situation, but Onic have done their homework. They've managed the waves.
Lord number 5, I think.
That's right, 5.
18 seconds before Kyrie. Not entirely sure. Without Benny Cutie, they cannot burst the Lord in 18 minutes. 18 seconds, I mean. But Echo can utilize this as kind of a trap.
Yep.
So invite the members of Onic to make a mistake.
They can bait for the turn, and they found Keyboy.
That's only a bloody hunt though. Only onto Keyboy. Sanford on the back. That's a good iron hook right there for Sans. He gets out of auto, he gets the health with the passive. Sanji has used the rhythm. He's used the beats. This is an opening. No bloody hunt. No IMU. No bravest fighter.
We're down to the 5v5. All members of both Onic and Echo are on the map. A disregardable 1,000 gold lead, 1,500. They've blitzed the Lord down to half its health. Kyrie has eyes on the big prize. There's a jump from Keyboy.
Large event, Jam the Rage, locking Yaoi down as the breath of the ocean will be dodged away from. Yaoi with a flicker. Echo, 900 gold lead. It doesn't matter at this point. It comes down to one fight, one moment.
Chewe's orange buff, Benny Cutie doesn't.
Onic and Echo know how to dance. Kyrie and Carl Thezy, they've got the moves. Benny Cutie clearing the wave in mid. And that's right. Chewe has an orange, Benny doesn't. Look at the spacing. Lord at a third of its health.
Keyboy is looking for it. Yaoi might have to use the bloody hunt early. Now it's going to be Benny who secures it for the team. But Keyboy finds the target advantage. Yaoi going to lose the immortality right now. Echo are forced to move back. Onic get a trade. Yaoi for Lord. Now who won that trade?
No one. Well, they did take out Yaoi. That's 60 seconds. I think that Onic will have enough firepower to clear out the minions. They have fat minions in the bottom lane. Surely Echo will have super minions flowing in. I think that if Onic decides to just clear it out, they can buy enough time for the next Lord to happen. Echo might not be able to push it. It's another stalemate, my boys.
Yep, this Lord isn't going to be capitalized on by Echo.
No Yaoi.
It's hard to make a play. Yeah, they could have forced the long lane.
Yep.
They could have found something there close to mid so that the Lord can march through. But yeah, look, Onic's going to make quick work of this.
Yeah. This might go down as the best game in MLBB history.
I agree.
We're getting there. 27 minutes in. We're about halfway through the longest recorded MLBB game in professional history, right? About 54, 56 minutes?
I have no idea.
I think that was an MPLPH game.
That was an MPLPH game. We casted that.
That's right. So I don't mind. If this was half of that and it plays this well, this consistently, and this tight all the way, we're here for it in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, folks. This is game 3 in a best of 5.
If it was Omega versus Onic game, right?
Right.
And season 5 Omega had Cartesi.
They were known as SGD Omega.
That's right.
At the time. So, again, a little bit of history, folks. Y'all can look it up after this game. Right now, if you're not here, what are you doing? Last game, we had some debuts. Here today, we don't need spice. Not that kind of spice. We need this kind of spice.
Exactly. 28 minutes. The best in the Philippines versus the best in Indonesia. We asked if this will be the best series of the tournament, and so far, this is proven to be good.
We've broken a record within
MSC.
MSC alone. Previously of Phoenix and EVOS going up to a 26 and 38 seconds. We've already broken that. They can fight forever as far as we're concerned. And again, 1,000 gold between Onic wouldn't matter. They're just juggling at this point. And speaking of which, they find Hook.
Yowie finds it. Keyboard's able to cancel it out, but Bloody Hunt comes down right now. Keyboard's able to flicker out. Stanford on the back. CW waiting for the go away right now. He's going to be able to dish out the damage right now. Skull Easy is on the mid. CW positioning, spacing with a winner nectar. CW still alive. He baits the Echo in. That's going to be caught. Yowie with a flicker. That's a winner Tuncheon bot right inside. Penny not able to find this. Kyrie is able to body block. 2 immortalities bot right in time. No deaths, ladies and gentlemen.
That looks like a professional football scrum. That looked like a rugby match, and ref said, reset. No one went down. They popped immortalities, they popped battle spells, but just the same, no one went down. They're all here for the 5v5, the big lord.
Sans was able to keep his immortality, and that's going to be good. Sanford lost his, though. But still, Sanford has been playing so good in this Lapu-Lapu.
He's been splitting up Onic real good.
And that's going to be key. But also, you gotta mention how CW held his ground there.
Yes.
Any other Melissa, any other marksman in the face of the Echo Express, a later starting Echo Express here, would have just faltered, would have shooken out of that bush. But not Chewe, not CW, not Calvin Winata.
He went back, popped the Wind of Nature, went in a position where there will be a wall. So that the go away will be perfect. Sanford already played well. Ground TC knew that he had to follow up. So there were 2 people going there to take down Chewe. Chewe popped the go away, and he had the teammates.
Well, this far lane is going to be massive for Onic. They can play the long game now. They can actually chill and wait it out. Look at that bottom lane. It's going to be slow pushing real slow. So it's going to be building up to a massive push for Onic.
Yep, and they're forcing a response from Echo. That mid lane tier 2 went down. So minion equilibrium isn't as easy. It's not so Orca-sided this time around, given Onyx 500 gold lead. Now Kyrie very deep.
Wow. Yowie flickers. Bloody Hunt as well, but the Lord once again knocks him up. Now it's going to be Keyboard with a turn around at the range. It finds 3! Onyx collapsed, but Betty Cute is able to find the reverse patch. Now CW dodging away. Boots jumping in. Now Kyrie is down. Boots with a vengeance, but he doesn't have the rhythm. Not enough to kill Benny down. He finds the Tyrant's Revenge, knocking him up. But it seems like Onic, they have no way of entering this fight. They have to concede the Lord once again.
It's a 2-for-1. Kyrie for Sanford and Benny Cutie. Very key members for Echo to continue.
Stalemate again.
And get to it. But yes, I'll agree. This is still a stalemate. This fight, the Lord stopped scaling, by the way. Folks, after 25 minutes, the Lord doesn't get any bigger, doesn't get any stronger.
Even the game doesn't want it to go longer, but Onic and Echo do.
Yeah, endless waltz between these 2 teams. Benecuti being out means that there will be no push, despite them taking the Lord. Big shout-outs to Keyboy, winning the initial fight for Onic, and then the succeeding fight. Benecuti already utilized the wall so that he can dash through, and that Boots will not be able to catch up. But it was Keyboy who landed the Tyrant's Revenge once again. There should be a statistic for Keyboy.
How many Tyrant's Revenge has he hit this game? Is that what the statistic you're looking for?
Yeah, how many multi-hero?
Wait, minions. This is massive. This is going to be massive. Base turret down. Big win for Echo.
Again, despite the Lord not scaling up, despite the Lord not doing much after he's evolved at 18 minutes, every take still enhances your minion waves. So yeah, I don't think they sent someone down to take care of that wave, and eventually it came crashing through. That's permanent damage. Onic only now holding on to their mid lane inhibitor, the last bastion of their base before it's left all bare. Now, always watch out for Keyboy. call him the Mamba. He is the New Age Mamba. This is him. I've seen the Mamba's highlights, and it looks like this game.
Well,
32 minutes of that.
whew.
You gotta take a breather too. I agree, Wolf.
Folks at home, just take it in.
At this point, like, what you will wait for someone to mess up, and even if we kind of visualize what could be a potential team fight between the two teams, it's always different. It always shaped different. For example, the previous Lord fight, Kyrie was the one holding the Lord, and then he went advanced, which is so weird. You will never expect that.
Yep. It's equivalent to the Benny Cutie engage on 3.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense in the normal eye, but Benny Cutie and Kyrie, they knew something was up, and they knew that they had their teammates. They knew that he had the damage. Keyboy was on point. Sanford can't stop talking about this guy. He is so important for Echo. The reason why this game dragged so long, and the reason why they were leading in the first few minutes, is because of 40.
Yep, 40 here on his signature Lapu-Lapu, won a world championship with this XP lane frontliner, an enforcer, making sure that CW's life in any point in an engagement is not easy. And that is something that we should watch out for. He's finally bought his immortality, and I think it came in right on time for this next Lord. I think we've gotten so used to this Lord being at its max level that it's just another obstacle. It's just another hump. It's just another speed bump to what both Onic and Echo want to do. Carl TZ with the pull here. Kyrie wants to make sure that they have some level of vision, so the free Little Wanderer definitely will help. Carl TZ wants it. There's the knockup. Who to go to? All right, Carl goes to Echo. Woo. So look at this. Look at the bush control. Look at where Sans is sitting and where Boots and Chewy are sitting.
That's MRB and MLB. Mid-left bush, mid-right bush.
Right. It's easier to call that way.
Yep.
And that's one spotted. They still don't know where the two are.
Well, that might be okay. Sanji was able to sidestep out of it. Would have been a big knockup. Kyrie able to micromanage the bottom lane right now. Sanji steals away the rhythm. Beats. He will have that ultimate next fight.
And Carl TZ maintaining Lord control down to a third of its health. And there's a pull. Yawi spent that flicker. Another 100 seconds left.
No conceal.
That seems to be the goal.
No conceal, no conceal. Kyrie trying to bait it away. Good bouncing ball to cancel. Carl TZ is re-engaged right now as Kyrie. He's going to be the one trying to start the Lord now.
All right, a slight advantage. Onic with the pull. Kyrie gets the Lord on their side, on their half of the Lord pit, and keep on maintaining that bush along the sands.
The longer the Lord Hands goes, the more it favors Echo, because now you can see side lanes naturally going to be pushing in favor of Echo, and somebody has to answer to that.
And for the first time, long lane is the lane that Echo has pushed the hardest.
Yes.
So this is something that Onic have to address.
Exactly. It has always been top lane, at least the Lord pit, the top lane side. And now you can see they had
35 minutes.
It took 35 minutes. They had to now let go of the Lord for a little bit.
Okay, Bloody Hunt locking Keyboy down right now. Just a tank right now. Giving the rest of the ocean onto Yawi. Rough waves as well. Venezuela's going to be dodged away from right now as Kyrie's able to disengage. Sans, Winter Truncheon, bought right in time. That's immortality. He bought it as well. Benny Cutie going to be baited in right now. Keyboy jumps in as well. CW now using Inspire. Sanford flickering out. His immortality might actually just go out. Benny Cutie's immortality is gone as well. Does Benny buy it inside right now as Kyrie is able? No, he's dead. He's dead. Benny's able to cut away. This might be the big mistake that Echo were waiting for, but Sanford is down as well. Jungle for XP.
Okay, this opens up the Lord, but look at the map and look at the response that Onic have. I think they know for sure that they want to reset. And I'm wondering, look at Benny. Look at Benny.
Oh,
he's setting up.
Is this how it ends?
It's perfect. Look at the map.
Is this how it ends? Typically, he's going to call on to Yawi for this play.
Yeah. And then Onic are going to, as they say in the Philippines, make the Lord sound.
Make the Lord sound, yeah.
Or in the colloquial, patunugin.
Patunugin, right.
Opening it up.
Sound cues on the Lord.
Kenny recalled.
Yeah.
No
might have been too risky.
Too risky.
All right, so I think the call is just blitz the Lord. There's no risk.
Reset?
Wait, CW. With not resetting it. Carl TZ is able to hold on to it. Keyboy wants to cancel it out. He's charging.
Yep.
He wants to punish.
Yeah,
but Carl's keeping the aggro.
Yeah, this is all the more commit for Echo because they have immortalities.
He wants to fight this.
Tires revenge. Carl TZ jumping forward right now. CW is going to be able to flee hit right now with no Sanford in the building. Carl TZ with a retribution win right now, but CW is dealing some damage now. This should be it. This should be Echo with the Evolved Lord. March down to end the game. Sanford's going to be up 5v5.
All right, 40 minutes in. this is the first time that we've seen a body deficit for both sides with the Lord going up. Again, given the 7 Lords we've seen, this is the first time that this is the permutation of bodies on the map.
I agree. And all of the 7 Lords went in favor of Echo, by the way. To take note, this might be the Lord that could be the juggler, because this time Benecutie is going to be available, and you are going to see a straight up path to victory for Echo. That's the top lane. This is still Beatrix. You can still go for the shotgun if you want. If you find the opening, you can take out the building.
Yeah, something to note, Yaoi won't have his flicker when the Lord does come through, but Onic won't have the Petrify from Sans unless they play it right, unless they delay to the right cadence. Now look at the push control. Oh, the rest of Echo are escorting the Lord into the base.
Let's say CW in the front. Using the bottles, dodging away. Kyrie in the midst of it all, jumping with the puncture. They're able to zone Echo away from the Lord, from the base. There's no Wesker to be seen. The Menace Rage, he runs many ways, but Onic, they have defended. Sanji running away now with the Panamax Juicy, and a keep on! Again with the Rebecca raid! This might be it! This might be it! Onic with a double NCW! The Carl in the bottom lane, the saving grace for Echo! The GOAT! His immortality has been popped. The GOAT is fighting for dear life, but it's an ultimate wipeout for Onic!
It's a minute and a half until Echo is complete. And they're all still here. Onic are looking to end.
Windtalkers built up. They're going for movement speed, rapid boost, BOD. Take a look at the items. Whoa! Even Keyboy!
Everybody! He's gonna buy it! A minute is too much!
40 seconds on the death timers. Onic are looking for it. The age of the Orca at risk. Recalls happening left and right. The sky splits open as the Sky Kings descend and the arena becomes their kingdom.
And in the end, the one stands tall. Onic take down Echo in a sweep.
The song goes, Di atas langit ada Onic.
On top of the skies is where Onic lie. And for today, for MSC, the revenge arc has been completed.
The tournament is called the MSC, but it looks like we're taking to the skies at least for today.
A 3-0, but that is not one-sided. Every single minute of every single game in this series was close.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's throw it over to the stage. Let's hear from our winners from Onic.
Wow, wow, wow! Sông Hồ ơi, Onic vui màu! Wow, wow, wow! That's crazy! Wow, ឥឡូវនេះយើងឃើញថា Onic ទទួលបាននៅជ័យជំនះនៅក្នុងការប្រកួតមួយនេះហើយដែលយើងឃើញថាកាលពីរដូវកាលមុន Onic គាត់ត្រូវបានធ្វើឲ្យក្រុមរបស់ Echo បានដាក់គាត់នៅនឹងកន្លែងប៉ុន្តែឥឡូវនេះគឺ Onic ទទួលបានជ័យជំនះទៅលើ Echo វិញហើយសូមឲ្យខ្លាំងៗឲ្យ Echo របស់ Onic មួយមកវ៉ាវហ្គេមនេះពិតជាល្អមើលមែនតើយើងមិននឹកស្មានដល់ទេហើយអ្វីដែលអស្ចារ្យបំផុតនោះគឺនៅពេលដែលចុងក្រោយគឺ5 player គឺត្រូវបានទៅទាំងអស់តែម្ដងដូច្នេះនេះជាឱកាសមួយដែល Onic អាចទទួលបាននៅជ័យជំនះនៅក្នុងការប្រកួតមួយនេះផងដែរអូខេឥឡូវយើងចង់ដឹងថាតើចំណាប់អារម្មណ៍របស់គាត់នៅក្នុងការសងសឹកមួយនេះបានទទួលបានជោគជ័យនឹងទៅជាយ៉ាងណាសូមជួបជាមួយនឹង Mara នៅលើឆាកទាំងអស់គ្នាបាទ
Everybody go! Congratulations, Onic! Finally, it will be Philippines versus Indonesia in the grand finals. You guys are heading to the grand finals. How do you feel right now?
I feel very good that we defeat the
Philippines champions and then for champions.
វ៉ាវពិតជាមានអារម្មណ៍ថាខ្ញុំមិនចាំបាច់និយាយទៅអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាដឹងថាគាត់សប្បាយចិត្តប៉ុណ្ណាដែរនៅក្នុងការទទួលបានជ័យជំនះនៅក្នុងដៃគូប្រកួតរបស់គាត់មួយនេះផងដែរបាទ
Coach Yeb, this is for you. Coach Yeb, great strategy. You were amazing. Your team was able to sweep the world champions. They eliminated you from M4 last time. But what was different this time around? Because they couldn't even get one game from you.
Maybe